Remember, program has one playoff win. That was at Mercer County back in 2004.
And I was there.
He was there for that, when you remember that. But you know, it's about the energy with the program, and you've seen that. I was out at practice here yesterday, seeing some of the guys and watching you guys on film too. You know, you have the ability to play some really good football. You've got size, you got some ability, you got some very versatile players. And one stat I wanted to kind of throw out that a lot of people don't know, I looked this up, Morgan County under your direction, when you rush for 250 yards, record is 15-6. Talk about that watermark, if you will, of being able to establish the ground game, and what's some other watermarks that you're looking for with your staff as kind of the goal setters that's keys to victory?
Well, you saying it like that, we want to make sure we get 300 tonight.
That's right.
Yeah, that's going to be our goal tonight. Let's get 300.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're committed to running the ball. It all starts up front. We've got to have great communication from our line. Tonight, Fairview's going to blitz, a lot of inside blitz. So as long as we're picking that stuff up and we can trap stuff in behind it, get creative, we're going to be fine. But running the ball and running consistently is always you know, number one on our list. Staying in front of the chains.
Right.
We can't get behind the chains. That's something that we preach about day in and day out, playing clean football, giving ourselves opportunities to be in successful spots. And you can't do that with second 15s, third and longs, you know. So, you know, just the mental side of things. And we're big right now on turnovers on D.
Right.
I think every game we've had at least one. 2 of the games we've had multiple ones. So those are some of the key things that we really dive in on.
Right. You know, looking at this rivalry, it's become a rivalry. This is the 20th meeting tonight between Fairview and Morgan County. Fairview leads the series 11-8 with one tie in there. And when this got all started back in 1970, Fairview really had Morgan County's number. Then Morgan County had Fairview's number, and then they would go somewhat 16 years without playing. And then if you look at recent scores, it's always been high scoring. Do you kind of anticipate that tonight, or you see this more of a defensive battle between these two teams?
I think early on it's going to be a grind. They're going to try to fill us out. We're going to throw a little bit something different at them defensively. Hope it works. Offensively, I'm going to try to be more creative. Maybe a lot of more formations, kind of motions, kind of run into the boundary a lot, I think. I think I can get the numbers on the wide side and kind of hit maybe some traps and some counters on the backside. Let Coop be Coop,
right,
and run this triple and put us in a good, aggressive spot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to in-game adjustments, maybe at half. But I think the war of attrition, we got enough dogs on the field by the way we run our offense and the things that we're doing, not taking anything away from them at all. But I look to pull out a little bit late in the second half. But we just got to be consistent. We got to be consistent all the way through. We got to stay ahead of the chains. And I want to be uber aggressive and kind of creative and muck it up and kind of run the same 4 or 5 plays, but out of 16, 17 different looks.
Hey, speaking of Cooper Fleming, the senior quarterback, he's imposing. He's like Perry Allen, his quarterback was, about 6'4", 190. Cooper did something that hadn't been done since 2018. I don't think he knew this. He was the first quarterback to rush for 100 yards from the quarterback position versus Lewis County. That's kind of hard to do, you know, as a quarterback position. Your brother Perry or your brother Hank and yourself, you probably run back in the day, but you like to throw it. Perry, what do you think from the quarterback position? What do you see tonight? What do you like to see, you know, from the vision of a quarterback?
Well, I think with Cooper, keeping it simple with Cooper, making the throws that are there, making the throws that are there and they're not there. He moves well enough. He scrambles well enough that if the throw isn't there, take the ball and run it.
Yeah.
Scramble with the ball and get positive yardage. No interceptions, you know, and like you were saying, you know, grind it out where they don't have the ball.
Yeah, that's a big thing on my notes, you know, on my game card notes is once they bring that safety, they'll play a one-hat safety, and once they bring him down and start cheating him in the box, that's the time to kind of get over the top deep. We look to really exploit the middle of the field, win our passing games, kind of multiple 8 routes at that one safety, make him choose things, and get rid of the ball quick. Don't let him have time to recoup. If they're in a one-hat safety and they put 8 in the box, we want to throw when we want to throw. And we can't let them dictate to us when we need to throw. So that's another thing. I want them aggressive, but at the same time, I got to be aggressive on play calling and put us in those situations.
Mark, you know, say your shirt, Don McKenzie. Don McKenzie's been part of the football program, you know, since before you came along. So he isn't here physically, but Don is always here, always will be here. So what do you miss the most, Don not being here? And you know, whether it's game day or whether it's during the week or whether it's at the pool room, you know, what do you
Can I say all the above?
All of it.
All the above.
Yeah.
It was just, man, the friendship I had with him. You know, he was the one that nicknamed me Polo when I was about 5 years old. Been around Don my whole life. A lot of things I really like is on game days when all the coaches are out getting stuff set up, taping people, and those are an hour there where it's just me and Don sitting in the office, nobody else. Sometimes we might talk football. Sometimes there might be a joke or two. Sometimes the conversation don't need to be repeated, you know, but just those intimate times when me and Don just hanging out, you know, you could go on and on forever. And that's one thing that we still do. Every practice and every game, when we set the water buffalo up there, we have his chair. We have his chair right there. The kids, you know, they talk about him daily. You know, he's just it was a pleasure to get to spend that much time with a true living legend and something that.
Well, somebody obviously that you love.
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
loved you,
absolutely.
You know? So you've coached now for a good while. So I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Absolutely.
Who's the best 3 to 5 players that you've coached in your time here at Morgan County?
Is this just as head coach or?
As head coach.
As head coach, I would say 3. I would say Garrett Atkins, Michael Prater, and just cause we need to roll tonight, Cooper Flynn.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Prater, very familiar with him.
Yeah.
What he done, not just in football, but what he done in track and field at the state level. You know what he done at the state level in football, and then also basketball too.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best athletes, as Chris and I were talking, one of the best athletes, in my opinion, to ever play sports at Morgan County High School.
Yeah. And speaking of Garrett's probably the main reason I applied for this job. You know, because
and that was back in the day too. You tell people that offensively, Morgan County was throwing the football left and right.
Yeah.
And interesting enough, when I said Cooper was the first to rush for 100, Michael Prater stepped in when Garrett was hurt at Sheldon Clark, which is now Morgan County, and rushes for 208 and throws for 127. Yeah. Just a remarkable athlete.
Huge. Yeah, that was a shootout game.
That was another big shootout.
Throws a post play last play of the game, and we wide open and just kind of dropped it there at the last second where we win that ball game.
Well,
I love how coaches remember plays.
Remember all your losses.
Good ones.
Don't remember so much about your wins.
Remembering just the time I played, but they remember them all.
All right, well, Coach, good luck tonight. Hopefully it's going to be a good one here in West Liberty tonight. Like I said, Fairview 2-1, coming here against Morgan County 2-1. It's going to be a big battle. This is a great rivalry, the 20th meeting. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll get back to call the game. When we come back, you're watching Cougar football on SpreeTV. Chris Trusty back here alongside Perry Allen as a color analyst for me tonight. Perry, once again, great having you back doing this thing in the booth with me. Like I said earlier, we talked about in the pregame, we talked with Coach Easterling. This is a big game for Morgan County. It's a big game for Fairview. This has been a big rivalry. Let's talk a little bit about the Fairview Eagles. They come in 2-1 on the season. They're going to come in with a freshman quarterback, number 4, Hunter Good. He'll take over the reins for the Eagles. Quarterback from last year, great athlete, Jace Manning. He transfers to Boyd County. But as you know, we've seen this Fairview team. It's going to go out of the old traditional wishbone. Talk a little bit about the offense and what we're going to see from Fairview tonight.
Well, Chris, I think, last week's very indicative of what they want to do and will try to do. And they really can't get away from it, and that's running the football when you run the wishbone. You know, the only team that I ever saw run the wishbone and threw the ball was my older brother Hank and their team, and they were very balanced out of the wishbone. But 300 yards on the ground, for Fairview last week. So that's what they'll continue to try to do. They'll just pound the ball, and I think Morgan will have to stop them. And you're looking at two teams here that play a lot of the same players, offense, defense, special teams. So, conditioning is going to have a whole lot to do with tonight too.
Absolutely. Jace Murray, number 23, is somebody to keep an eye on for Fairview. The traditional fullback, first back through type of guy. They're going to look to establish that run, inside run, try to establish the line of scrimmage. They also got a couple of other guys that can really get out on the outside. Armani Burnside, number 6, and Drayshawn Whitfield, a couple of other guys that can get on the outside and make some plays. Key for Morgan County tonight tonight, I think, is being able to make some open field tackles. Defense is going to have to be there for the Cougars, and they have shown that growth. Morgan County has some good size, and they got some guys that'll hit you too. It's going to be a physical game.
Yeah, very, very much so. I think Morgan County has to limit herself to no more than one turnover. Okay, one turnover for the Cougs, because again, Fairview's a ball control team. Cooper Fleming, good-looking kid, good-looking quarterback, good athlete, big kid. Making the safe throws, as we were talking with Coach Mark Polo before the game in the pre-game meeting. Making the safe throws, but if it isn't there, tuck the ball down and run it. He's a strong enough, good enough athlete that he can get 3 yards minimum on any scramble. So having ball control is important for Morgan County. They're going to need a couple of fumbles, I think, by Fairview. They're going to need Fairview to cough up the ball, and it probably needs to be on the ground because Fairview does not throw the ball often. So getting a couple of fumbles, whether it's on a kickoff return, whether it's on a punt return, just limiting Fairview's possessions, limiting the number of times Fairview has the ball so the Cougar defense doesn't get wore down by that, and also gives the Cougars a couple more times to potentially score.
For Morgan County, Perry, they've got some playmakers too. Alex Lee, number 28, the junior, has really played really well out of the gate on both sides of the ball, leads them in receiving. He's second in the area in tackles. He's going to be all over the field. He kind of reminds me of the college level, at Ohio State. He had a couple of those linebackers that's really going to be aggressive and get after. But also, Perry, Keevan Keaton, keep an eye out on this sophomore. He had his first ever career 100-yard rushing game last week against Harlan. This kid went for 71 in the opener, 96, and then over 100 yards. He can play on both sides of the field too. So along with Alex Lee, Keevan Keaton, Noah Sweeney, a versatile 6'4" player that can play both ways, and also the twins, Cooper and Connor Fleming. They look to make some big plays. But I'm going to tell you, one of the keys to the game tonight is going to be in the trenches, especially for Morgan County. Number 54, Tanner Sparks, is really going to be a big player. So we're going to break here. We've got the national anthem coming up.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gladly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Big round of applause, Ellen Rye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take this moment to recognize a special member of the Morgan County Cougar family.
Greg Green,
For 50 years.
orchestrating that. We're about 7 minutes away, Perry, from kickoff tonight between Morgan County and Fairview. And I think we went over give me a couple of the keys before we go to break, Perry. A couple of keys for Morgan County to get a victory tonight.
Yeah, again, Chris, taking care of the football, not giving Fairview any extra possessions tonight, limiting the number of possessions they have, and taking advantage of those. Morgan County has to score some points tonight because Fairview will be able to move the football.
I tell you what, Perry, we're going to take a quick break, and we come back. We're going to talk a little bit more. We're getting closer to kickoff. Also joining us on the SpreeTV tonight, listening on Kick 102.9 FM. So we are live here from Morgan County High School. We also got Rick Barker down here getting a special presentation before we go to break. That's something we wanted to see too. A great friend.
Rick's a former Cougar, Chris, as you know, and played in the early 70s and played on some very good teams. Moved here from Florida. Was what today would be an NIL deal. There'd be a lot of schools trying to get Big Rock Barker and get him here. But Rick was a kid, good offensive tackle or right tackle back in the day, and have several stories about Rick along the way. But everybody has stories, I think, with Rick. But he's done a great job for 50 years serving the Morgan County Cougar football program.
He sure has, and the voice of the Cougars. So we take a moment of silence.
Thank you.
And Perry, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. You are watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
At Appalachian Wireless, we get it. You need reliable service without breaking the bank. That's why we offer affordable unlimited data plans and advance pay options to fit any budget. Are you ready to ditch your overpriced carrier? We've got a switch and save deal plan just for you. We're your local experience provider from Appalachia for Appalachia. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location today or visit us online at appalachianwireless.com to see how easy it is to save and get connected. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Chris Trusty back here at Morgan County High School, Don McKenzie Field, campus here at West Liberty with Perry Allen. We're about 3 minutes from kickoff. Perry, it looks like Morgan County has either won the toss. We are probably going to receive. I believe that's what they just announced. Let's go over a little bit of pregame stuff here. Tonight's officials. The referee will be Daniel Harless, umpire Mike Hall, linesman Justin Isaac, line judge Chris Pierce, and the back judge Jason Weffenstedt. So like I said, we've talked about this all week, kind of in discussing this game. Perry, 2 teams, 2-1 record, kind of evenly matched. Both teams want to rush it. We talked about this earlier too. Morgan County is 15-6 all time under Coach Easterling when they rush for 250 yards or more in a game. So if we're all going to rush it, is it going to be the big play ability of Cooper Fleming down the field? You know, that's kind of what we're looking for tonight.
Well, I think Coach Easterling will take some of those hits, Chris. I think in our pregame discussion and just talking to him and listening to him this past week, I think he'll seize on some opportunities to throw the ball when they can get some one-on-ones, when Fairview has a lot of people at the line of scrimmage and boxed in. But what a beautiful night here on the banks of the Caney, Chris. Just a beautiful evening at Don McKenzie Field. You know, and it's so great for me to look around and see fans. The stadium's practically full, and then you see so many people that always came to games. Here's Tommy Stanifer here. There's Marlon Potter, just a couple I'm glancing at. sitting in the chair backs. And Chris, we're ready.
We're ready to go. Morgan County kicks it off, rolling back, picked up at about the 30-yard line, and that ball was loose. And I don't know if he really had full control of the football or not. That whistle was blown dead. The ball looked like Perry. I think was scooting around a little bit.
Chris, I think you're right on it. Mark, so does Polo also, Coach Easterling.
Yeah.
He's they called it dead, but I don't think that ball should have been a dead ball. Morgan County recovered it. The Fairview Eagle never had possession of it, but so be it. Here we go. We're on defense now, Chris.
That's right. The Eagles will take over at their own 32-yard line against this Morgan County defense, coming off a shutout last week against Harlan. Hunter Good, the freshman quarterback, goes under center. Wishbone, offensive set here looking for Fairview, and we're ready to go. Handoff given up the middle. Looks like Jace Murray on the carry there. Perry picks up a couple.
Yeah, he did. Good little run up the middle to start the game out with. Big number 66, Jace Atkins in there on the tackle along with other Cougars, but really had the middle clogged up. And I think we will most of the game, Chris. I think, as you said earlier, we got to watch the pitch man. We got to watch the pitch man, and that's what the Wishbone is set up to do: is pull you in, pull you in.
Good under center again. Wishbeck second back through. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he gets much there, Perry. Great stand. Morgan County showed a lot of penetration right there on the defensive line.
They sure did. Junior Arnett right in there, number 52, to make the tackle. And again, when I say Junior Arnett, he was the primary, but there was 5, 6 Cougars in there, which is great, but also, again, a little concerning. Got to watch this. Got to watch him pulling it out of the fullback and pitching it around the side, but got to stop the run, and they have so far. Third down.
Big keys. What Coach Easterling wanted to do is get Fairview in 3rd and longs. Here we are. What they do, it's 3rd and 7 at their own 35-yard line. Goods under center. Wishbone. Go look quick screen.
Oh,
that ball was nearly picked off on the quick slant.
Yeah, I think, Chris, we got Fairview on that possession right where we wanted them. 3rd down, 3rd and 7, and they had to throw the ball, and that's not what they want to do. I don't think it's what we necessarily want to do, but I think we can throw the ball. We can throw it and move it. But we've had 3 interceptions in 3 games,
right.
And just about had a 4th there for the 4th game, Chris.
Think back deep is Alex Lee. These numbers are kind of hard on the dark uniform. There's a high snap. It gets back behind the punter's running. He's being chased. He's grabbed at about the 19-yard line. Big play of special teams. We talked about that. Special teams may be a difference or a turnover. Cougars get one there.
They sure did. Hard to tell who got the tackle there, but mishandled snap by the punter, and the Cougars were all over it. And there we're going to go, Chris, on the 20-yard line of Fairview, ready to hopefully get a score here in a few downs.
Well, there's your first big momentum play of the football game. It happens with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in this first period. Morgan County takes over at the Fairview 20-yard line. Morgan County will come out. Pistol, looks like pistol formation. They've got it spread for Cooper Fleming. He takes under center, hands it off. Nice little counter. Nice little counter play right there for a good gain on first down.
Sure was. It sure was. Kevin Keaton, I think, with the ball. Gain of about 4 there, and Kevin's a sophomore. Got a bright future ahead of him. Bright future. Got good feet. Nice hole there. Just a sweeper. He would have had another 5-10 yards, Chris.
Right. Hey, it was a good up front. The offensive line did a really good job there, Perry. Cooper takes it under center. He's looking to pitch. He does. He kicks it out. He's got his man. He cuts it back. It's Noah Sweeney, I believe. He gets to the first down. That should be a first down for Morgan County, Perry. Made a man miss there.
Yeah, very good job. They let the end come in on that, and then Cooper Fleming, the quarterback, number 13, then pitched the ball right when he should have, and again with the 7-8 yard gain for a first down.
There is a flag down. I heard on the PA, or I didn't see a flag, but now they call it holding on Morgan County. That negates the first down. Holdings, that'll take it back a little bit. But, like I said, he made a man miss right there, made a good athletic play, but now Morgan County gets behind the sticks.
They are, but I think now they do know they can move the ball. And that's important that they had 3 downs and they moved the ball each one, even though a penalty on one. So I think that'll give the kids Not that they needed confidence. They got off to a good start with a 2-1 record, but I think that'll help them here. So we've got the ball, Chris, on the 26-yard line, second and 16?
Second and 16. Cooper Fleming, he's got trips out here to the left side. Got a man in motion. He's going to look to give it off. He's going to keep it. He's going to pitch. He's got a pitch key. He gives it out. He's at the 20 to the 15. Gets down to the 11-yard line of Fairview. Connor, I think that was Connor Fleming, who shaken up on the play there. Cooper made a really nice job making that pitch at the last second.
He sure did. He actually pitched it over a guy. You know, it was almost a forward pass. Almost. It wasn't a forward lateral, but a forward pass because Cooper was behind the line of scrimmage. So it was okay to make the pitch the way he did. But going to be 3rd and 2. So, you know, we've got 2 downs to get 2 yards.
Connor Fleming, I said, so the twin brother pitches to twin brother there. He's like, man, what are you doing? You're hanging me out to dry. He gets kind of shaken up on that play, but he makes a man miss, gets it all the way down to, looks like the 12-yard line. Looks like he's going to be okay. He'll come out a few plays. Really tough kid.
Yeah, you know, it looked a little bit like Greg Phillips back in the 70s, taking the pitch on the option when John Reed was coach, and they ran the wishbone when they probably should have ran a different offense, but they were successful with it. Greg would take the pitches, and Kim Watkins take the pitches, and Hobo Jackson would run it up the middle.
Kind of hard to see these numbers, too, so if I say the wrong name, bear with me on it. We've got a keeper up the middle. Looks like Cooper Fleming is going to keep that. He's going to sneak that ball all the way down inside the 10. Perry, he gets it to the Fairview. We're going to spot it about the 8. That's going to be a first down for Morgan County.
Very much so. Very impressed with Morgan County's center. Really, he's really doing well, opening up the hose, leading the offense forward. And again, you heard me mention his name on defense a minute ago, but doing a great job at center with the snaps and blocking.
Fleming takes it, second back through.
There we go,
man. That's going to be a touchdown, Morgan County. Connor Fleming gets right back in the game, coming out of play. They run that counter. Great interior blocking by Morgan County. Opened it up right there. Morgan County strikes first on an 8-yard run by Connor Fleming.
Yeah, great faking, great job with the counter. Great job with the offensive line. Opened it up. Went back to the left, off tackle on the counter, and the good downfield blocking. Great run too.
The all-important 2-point conversion, Perry. This has kind of been Achilles' heel a little bit for Morgan County years past. These are so important to get this 2-point conversion. See if they can get it here. Morgan County lines up. They lead it 6-0 with 8 minutes and 31 seconds left to play. Fleming gives it. He's got his pitch man. Makes a man miss. Stays on his feet. No, he doesn't. Gets down to about the 2. That 2-point conversion has failed.
Yeah, good pitch. He done what he should have done. Quarterback did. Cooper Fleming with the pitch. But defender just made a good play. And stopped him at the 2. And there we go. Cougars ahead 6-0. And we didn't get the ball to start with. So got the one essentially a turnover, Chris, that we talked about earlier, and took advantage of the turnover.
Right, a big play. We'll probably just keep it right here for right now, not break to commercial. Morgan County got the big momentum shift there with the botched snap on the punt, and was able to get on tackle about the 20-yard line. When you have momentum-type plays like that, that's how you get leads of 6-0.
You know, Chris, we hadn't talked about it, but the Cougars in 2 different sites, they were favored by 3.5 points and by 2 points on the 2 different sides. One procrastinator had them favored or picked to win 22-20, and the other side had the Cougars favored by 3.5. Not that anybody bets on games.
on DraftKings tonight. There's a kick at the 25-yard line. It's taken up the middle, and I believe, I'm not sure on the tackle there, pretty good start for Fairview. They're going to start at their own 40-yard line. I didn't get a number there. It's kind of hard to see from here on that return. But anyway, Fairview will come back out for their second possession.
I think that's Ethan Jenkins in on that tackle, Chris.
Okay.
It is hard.
32.
32 made the tackle there and came on strong. So
Jenkins has played really well early. He's number 32. Also 54, Tanner Sparks have played well along with Jace Adkins in that interior from Morgan County. And also Alex Lee, a guy we talked about a lot, second in the area in tackles. He's got 43 coming into this game tonight. Fairview's got it at their own 41-yard line. Armani Burnside takes a pitch. He's going to get kicked. He's going to get knocked down about the 42-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1 there, Perry.
Yeah, good tackle by number 61, Carson Napier. Solo tackle there for Carson. Great job. Gain of 1 maybe. And the Fairview offensive line, they've got a big offensive line, which isn't uncommon for them. In my years watching Fairview football, backfield they've got they got small backs, but they are quick, they're fast. If they get the hole, they can break it.
Carson Napier's a kid with a lot of experience in that interior line. The senior made a great play there. Fairview again, 2nd and 9. Second back through, and the Cougars are right there. He gets a great second effort right there that pushes it out near the 44-yard line for Fairview. That was, there was 2 or 3 Cougars in on that tackle, and now I realize how Glenn Woodward used to feel. Chris calling the games, and a whole host of tacklers. Him and Rick Barker would host of
would
Cougars
say,
is what they would say. Like I said, it makes it tough when those digits and numerals are really dark. Looking down there tonight, Fairview's going to another passing situation for the Eagles. Man split out wide here. It's 3rd and 7 from their own 44. He goes in motion. That's going to be a false start on Fairview.
Yeah, backs him up 5 yards. Number 3, the wide out here. Yeah, he was eager. So that's what you want if you're Morgan County. You want Fairview to have long second downs, long third downs. So that's exactly what the Cougars need to make them try to throw the ball.
2 possessions in a row here where Morgan County gets what they want, 3rd and long. That's key going into tonight, trying to get Fairview to play from behind the sticks. 6 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first period. Morgan County leads it over Fairview 6-0. The Eagles got it 3rd and 12 at their own 39. Good takes the snap, second back through. Makes a man miss a little bit. Scoots out again about to the 42. Not much there. Alex Lee and Noah Sweeney on the stop.
Yeah, great tackles. They, the key there, and the key in any defense, but particularly when you're working against the wishbone, is staying in your lane on defense, and not following, going after the ball, the fakes, just staying in your lane. And they ran a counter there, and the Cougars did, and they stopped it for essentially a 2 or 3 yard gain, wasn't it, Chris? It wasn't much.
3-yard gain brings up 4th and 9, 6 minutes to go. Fairview in punt formation again, a lot better snap. Kick is off. Pretty decent punt. End over end kick. Lee's going to let it bounce. It takes a Fairview bounce, and that's going to roll inside the 20. Good kick there for Fairview to flip the field for the Cougars. When we come back, you're listening to Cougar football on SpreeTV.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try, and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Morgan County has it 1st and 10 at their own 19 after forcing a Fairview punt. That's probably going to be maybe a delay game or a illegal procedure call. Yeah, it's going to be a procedure penalty offense against Morgan County.
That's 2 penalties on the Cougars, something we really need to limit, and it's early, so maybe they won't have many more, but they need to limit that. They need the short field also, and they don't need to get in 1st and 15s very often. Chris, some big games across the Commonwealth tonight. We got Johnson Central versus Pikeville. Chris McNamee, the coach at Pikeville. I'll continue in a second.
Fleming in the shotgun in the pistol formation. He gives a big hole up the middle. It might have been Kevin Keaton. Squirts out there to about the 18-yard line, I believe. And once again, Perry, playing from behind the sticks. That's what Morgan County forced Fairview to do. And then they get themselves in a little trouble there. Not known as a passing team, only 34 yards a game. Morgan County wants to play in front of those sticks.
Pikeville Johnson Central will be a good game tonight. Pikeville had a heck of a comeback against Raceland.
Well, they did.
Down like 30 points and come back and beat Raceland. Bruce Howard was the first coach at Johnson Central. Bruce was the coach here at Morgan County and left to take over Johnson Central. Bad snap for the Cougars.
And Fairview may have it. Snap come in pretty hot right there. Cooper mishandled it. I'm not sure. I think we did recover, but that puts us now in a 3rd and long situation. Inside, looks like about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, going to be
I believe. Yeah.
3rd and 18 probably, Chris, something like that.
3rd from their own 12. So a 3rd and long. You kind of know in these situations, Fairview knows, hey, they're in a passing situation. They want to get pressure on the quarterback, but they also want good field position too. Spread formation here for the Cougars. Fleming looking. Gets a man in motion. He's going to reset. Fleming takes it, gets the pitch out to the right side.
Got some room.
He's got some room to work with. If he can make a man miss, he gets knocked, pulls another tackle,
fumbled.
Another tackle, fumbles
think
the football.
He fumbled it, Chris.
And I think Fairview has it. Second effort right there, Perry.
I think
Cougars
that was
cough it up.
Connor Fleming, I think, took the pitch and made a good run. Had about a 12-yard gain, but coughs up the fumble, and now Fairview will have the ball in good position, best field position obviously of the night for them, 24-yard line. A couple other games of interest tonight. Big game, Carmel, Indiana versus Trinity out of Louisville. Big game there tonight. And then Fort Thomas Highlands versus Boyle County. Both great programs. Highlands is on a win streak. Boyle got beat by Lexington Catholic last week for the first time in a few years.
Looks like the Cougars going to have to take a timeout here. There was some confusion on the substitution. Coach Eastley's not very happy. A couple of guys run on late. We're going to take a break with them. You are watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
We are back here halfway. This first quarter was going by pretty quick, and then all of a sudden, a couple of hiccups here and there, a couple of penalties here and there. The Cougars cough it up. So now the momentum shifts back to Fairview. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Cougar 24-yard line. Good under center, gives it first, second back through, and he's hit and dropped for about a 2-yard gain, Perry.
Yeah, very tough run there. Good run by the young man up the middle, though, because there wasn't anything there.
Looks like Jace Atkins again was in on that.
So Cougars, Jace as the primary, and several Cougars coming in there.
I was talking to the Fairview guys, radio guys right here. They're wishing that we had white numerals also. It's really hard to see which player is making some plays. Fairview once again, under center is good. Let's give a second back through. Yep. He's pushing the pile.
Yep.
Probably one of their best runs right there, Perry. Gets it out close to the sticks.
Yeah, got a 4-yard gain. Going to be about a 3rd and 4, looks like, Chris. And this is 2-down territory, no question, for Fairview. So very important that Morgan County limits Fairview on this play to very little. They need to keep them in a 4th and 4, 4th and 5.
Yeah, I thought Fairview actually might not have got a great spot there. I thought that was up a little bit there, but they spot him just short. It's 3rd and 4.
Well, it's part of them home chains, Chris.
That's right. He gives again.
He gained nothing up the middle. See who's at the bottom of that pile, Chris. Who is that big guy there?
Carson Napier again. Yeah. Great first quarter, Perry.
Big guy. Stopped him right up the middle, and some others jumped on. But I mean, Carson was going to take him down on his own. Hey, that was like a rodeo there.
Very impressed early with Morgan County's defensive line. Their size and strength and kind of imposing their will on Fairview.
Yeah, looked like Greg Wingo, Randy Reisner there from back in the days. Maybe even a little Albert J. Wingo.
Fairview's going for it here, 4th and 4 from the 18. They got a quick pitch out here to the right.
He's gone.
He's scooped. He's at the 10, the 5. He's going to go in for the touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was Armani Burnside, number 6 for Fairview on a 4th and 18. He's going to scoot in from 18 yards out and tie this football game up at 6.
It looked like Cougars had him, and they thought they had him, but that's where that speed comes into play. It was a pitch to the Cougar side of the field, and it just opened up. He made it opened up. So it's 6-6 now, Chris.
You know, you hate to give those up if you're Morgan County on a 4th down. But the momentum had shifted, and a similar play that he had against West Carter. He had a long run against the Comets where he scored the lone touchdown for Fairview last week.
I'd be surprised if Fairview doesn't go straight up the middle, which they did. And I believe he came up short.
Just short.
Yeah.
Hey, I've told you earlier, Perry, that defensive line, they've played well, made a big stop there to keep this thing at 6-6. 2:22 left in the first quarter. Fairview ties it up. It's 6-6. You are watching and listening to Cougar football on SpreeTV and Kick 102.9.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Fairview ties this one up here in the first quarter. Armani Burnside, he scoots in from 18 yards out to tie this football game up. This is what we expected, Perry. 2-1 teams, a close rivalry, a great series between these two programs, and with 2:22 left in the first, it's 6-6, Perry.
I think they're pretty equal teams, Chris. I think we felt that coming into the game, and it looks that way. I'm not saying that the Cougars can't. They've had some nice runs. They've just created a turnover or two.
Pretty decent kick. That ball's going to go out of bounds. It looks like on the Fairview sideline. That should come out probably to the 35.
I think you're right. 35-yard line.
In high school, sometimes. And sometimes that changes with some new rule changes. There's a lot of rules at the high school level that's different in college and the pros, so that people may not understand. But they didn't want to give Morgan County a chance. We have a kickoff return for a touchdown with Alex Lee on the season.
You know, AA football, West Carter's ranked 11th in the state, Breathitt County 9th, Prestonsburg 6th, Belfry 5th. Mayfield, then Owensboro Catholic, and Beechwood is number 1 in AA in the state of Kentucky. Breathitt's somebody we're very familiar with, and Prestonsburg also. First time Prestonsburg's really been back in the rankings than ever. We'll really see if they're good enough to be back in or not as time goes on.
Cooper takes it under center. He's looking to get outside on the option. He's at about the 35. He pitches it out of bounds. Luckily, that wasn't a forward pass again, Perry. That ball scoots out of bounds. A little bit in Morgan County's favor. We caught a break there. Very close.
Yeah, I think now, Chris, they spot the ball where the quarterback was on the pitch. Where back in my days and before, if you pitched it out, you know, sometimes you got a little favorable yardage that way.
Yeah, that'll be for no gain on the pitch. Morgan County 2nd and 10 from their own 35-yard line. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 6-6. Substitution there for Morgan County. Also important getting these plays in. You don't want to get a delay of game penalty, especially when you've had some misfortune early.
No, we've seen that kind of action with University of Kentucky last week. No penalties maybe, but using their timeouts. Before
the half, little counter, back up the middle. Fairview adjust, made a really nice job staying home there.
It looks like a yard gain, Chris. Not much of a hole. Running back, we got that on his own there. So
I'm not for sure. Was that Alex Lee on the running back or... Didn't say.
We're looking at 3rd and 9 now. Cooper Fleming going back in with the play right now, so we're getting ready to. I look for the Cougars to take a shot maybe here on 3rd down with the pass play.
Get him on a waggle, get him on the outside in the perimeter. Maybe look for Alex Lee downfield. Cooper goes back. He's looking to pass.
Got him.
He's got his man, and he is going to be just shy of the first down marker. Noah Sweeney on the catch there. Good play design. I think Morgan County's going to go for it here, Perry.
Yeah, I think they will too. I won't say it'll be the right call if they make it, and it'll be the wrong call if they don't, Chris. That's the way it works as fans. But I don't blame Coach Easterling for going forward here on 4th and 1. This is a big game.
Clock ticking down, 36 seconds. Going to call a timeout here. Timeout.
Now, we'll see if Coach Easterling sticks with his decision or if he decides to punt it now after Fairview called the timeout.
That's right. We'll take a break with them in 30 seconds. We'll be right back. You're watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Chris Trusty back here with Perry Allen. We've got a great first quarter as expected. It's 6-6, 34 seconds left. Timeout there to regroup. Cougars going to go for it here. What would you do here, Perry? You're in the coaching shoes. What do you got?
You know, I think it'd really be a great time to run the option like they've done a few times here. You know, if you had a Hobo Jackson or a Chris Barker to hand it off to up the middle, hand it up the middle. But I think here I would fake up the middle and. But it looks like Cougars are maybe going to run some type of pass play here.
Got them spread in a spread formation. Man motion in backfield may look to get a deep reset. They've done this earlier out of this formation. Now Cooper goes under center. He takes it under
didn't
center.
Get it, Chris.
He gets nothing. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Fairview makes a big stop on 4th down.
Yeah. I believe number 60, Jackson Everett, was part of that stoppage there for Fairview. Number 60, great defensive play. So now it'll be up the Cougar defense.
Yeah, and they're on the Fairview on the plus side of the field in Cougar territory. Now the momentum is flipped. Fairview takes over at the Morgan County 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles when they come out. We'll stay here, Perry. 27 seconds. Quarter was moving by pretty quick, and it really slowed down.
Yeah. Again, beautiful evening. Such a great facility here. Don McKenzie Field and the banks of Caney Creek. Big Friday night of football.
Fairview got Hunter Good, the freshman. He's under center in the wishbone. He's back to pass. He's going to launch it down the left sideline. He's got a man wide open, or not wide open, but he gets open and makes a fabulous catch. Oh, he says no good. Yeah, that ball is tipped away late.
Boy, that should have been a catch.
Should have been a catch.
Should have been a catch. I would put him down inside the 10, and defender did get in there and break it up, but it should have been a catch before.
Sure did. He had a couple of steps on the Cougar defensive back over there. He makes that catch in stride. He may go in for the score.
Yep, no question. No question.
And we saw that earlier in the first game of the season, and even the second, even Lewis County, is being able to throw the ball downfield. Morgan County's got to do a really good job of contesting and being there in the secondary.
When Morgan's playing 5 or 6 men on the defensive line and then 3-4, they've got only one player off the ball, any yardage at all. Fairview's starting to get some momentum going here, as you said, Chris.
That was Jeffrey Everett's on the carry. I've seen this kid play baseball. This guy can steal some bases. So that was his first carries of the night up the middle. He's a strong kid. Now it sets up a 2nd and short.
Yeah, the Cougars got to toughen up here.
That'll be into the first quarter. It's 6-6, Morgan County and Fairview. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter action for you. You are watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Fairview has it 2nd and 3 at the Morgan County 37-yard line to open up the second period of play. It's back through.
Oh, he's gone,
he's
Chris.
At the 20, 30, 15, 10, 5. That's going to be a touchdown Fairview. First play out of the gate in the second quarter. And Jace Murray just took a 37-yard simple handoff off tackle, gets through, maybe a missed tackle there for the Cougars. Fairview goes on top 12-6. Jace Murray, we knew he was going to be a problem for the Cougars tonight.
That's 2 quick touchdowns for Fairview, so Cougars going to have to get huddled up here and make some adjustments on defense. You know, there wasn't any Jeff Weddington or Jeff Standifer there to make that stop.
Well, there would have been a stop had they been there.
Oh, they would have felt that stop from those 2 guys.
The all-important,
great linebackers.
Yeah, the all-important 2-point conversion coming up here, Perry. 12-6, Fairview now leads it. Goods under center in the wishbone is Fairview. He's going to get a little counter there. I believe he stopped.
He lost a yard or 2 there.
Lost a yard there. Good stand for Morgan County to keep this thing at 6.
Yeah, that showed some guts there, stopping that 2-point conversion. That showed that they're frustrated with themselves for allowing those scores. So good job for the Cougars there, making the stop on the 2-point conversion, keep it at 12-6.
Well, we'll keep it here. We'll not break to a commercial just yet as we'll get ready for the kickoff. But this game started off so well for Morgan County, getting what they want, first drive touchdown, even getting them into some second and third and longs. And then what happened? Then the turning point.
Yeah, turnover. You know, turnover hurt Fairview, turnover hurt us. And then the fourth down. Fourth down, you know, I don't blame Coach Easterling for going for it, but he went for it and didn't get it. And when you do that inside your own 50, you know, damage can happen. But I think he had a good play call. The quarterback sneak didn't start out that way, but ended up moving into that position and just didn't get it.
Back deep for Morgan County is this, I believe, Alex Lee and Noah Sweeney, if I can tell from here with the numbers. 11:52 to go here in the second period. Fairview leads at 12-6.
Yeah, if I'm the Cougars, I would be wary of an onside kick with this guy. He hadn't been kicking it very well.
That was close to an offsides. Good kick down to the 25-yard line. He scoots out and around the 40 or 41. Noah Sweeney gets it out to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, good return, Chris.
Looks like he had an alley there, Perry, and then Fairview
shut down, didn't it? Closed down.
Shut down in a hurry.
But very good return there. You know, when Coach John Reed took over the Morgan County program, they played Wheelwright. I believe it was the first game of the season, and Greg Phillips, that lives in Louisville now, returned the opening kickoff, very first game, for a touchdown.
I heard that guy had some speed. Greg Phillips, good friend of both of ours.
Yeah. Now, they would throw some rocks at the bus up at Wheelwright. Okay, Wheelwright's now part of probably Floyd Central.
That's South Floyd,
but now they would jar the bus with some rocks. It was hard to get out of there. They didn't expect a loss. Wheelwright didn't for Morgan County. 1st and
10, Morgan County has it at their own 42. Late little draw handoff there, and that goes nowhere. Fairview's adjusted to this Morgan County run attack between the tackles. It's going to be a loss. It looks like, Perry, about a yard.
Yeah, we're going to have to go wide on them a little bit and open things up a little bit, or throw some rollouts like we did on that one 3rd and 15, Chris, I believe it was, and got about 14 yards on it when he sprinted out. Cooper Fleming did to the right and made a good pass, good catch. Going to have to open it up that way and put Cooper in a spot to where he can either throw for a gain, or he can use his feet to run for a gain.
Well, he had the one game where he was the first quarterback to rush for over 100 yards in the game since Michael Prater in 2018 against Lewis County. I think he's going to have to use those legs, especially on the option.
Michael Prater, what an athlete.
An unbelievable
Track,
athlete.
football,
state champion.
basketball.
There's a pitch, and they had that pitch key read really, really well. Fairview was right there on the pitch. He had to keep it. They swallowed up Cooper in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about
Jaden Kaler in on the tackle along with a couple other Fairview Eagles. So Morgan County's got themselves in a bad situation now at about a 3rd and 17 here. So they really don't have much of a choice either to got to pass the ball here. I think that's something we can do, not something we necessarily want to do, but again, at this point, you don't have a big choice. You know, if you had Kevin Collins, Steve McKenzie, and Mike Cantrell out there,
hands out there, that hands team of those guys,
you know, and Bill Allen throwing it, but again, this offense isn't geared towards totally throwing it like Morgan County did a lot of. Not that they couldn't run it those days, but they had receivers that went on to play college football.
Fleming back to pass. He's got a man wide open down the middle of the field. I thought there was an opening there. I don't know if the receiver saw the football or not, but that might have been Connor Fleming. He was wide open down the seam right there, Perry.
Yeah, I think, 2 receivers were open, and I'm not sure, Chris, that they each didn't think it's for the other one, and they let up, and thinking the other one, the ball was for them, and now here we are at again 4th and 16.
Well, the two things, turnovers and getting in situations where you're playing behind the sticks. Morgan County brings up now 4th and 16 from their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, we got to get some more players on the field, or we're not even going to
take a timeout.
11 on the field.
Well, we're going to regroup with them, Perry. When we come back, Morgan County will have it 4th and 16 at their own 37. You're watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
We are back here at Morgan County High School. Don McKenzie Field, Fairview leading it over Morgan County 12-6. Just under 10 minutes to play before the half. Morgan County in punt formation again. It looks like, I believe it's Armani Burnside is back deep for Fairview. And we've got enough men on the line of scrimmage and also on the field. We had to take a timeout. There's the kick.
Good punt. Good punt. Hope we get a good roll here. Yep.
Let it roll. That's going to roll inside the 30 and trickle down to around the 25-yard line. Got a good roll there, and that's where Fairview, they will take over at their own 25-yard line with 9:44 left before the half.
Yep. About a 40-yard punt. So good punt there with a good roll on top of that. Did you punt,
Perry, back in the day?
Oh, no. Didn't punt, didn't kick. I saw you kicking some extra points field goals yesterday out here with the team, Chris.
Yeah, my legs paying the price, man.
Was that soccer style or was that straight on?
That's soccer style, man.
You're of that age for soccer style.
That's right. You got to boom it the right way, right?
Yeah. But, we had an all-state kicker here.
We've had a few.
Brian Goforth was all-state kicker. My cousin Mike Price was the first person to ever kick a field goal for Morgan County, a 35-yarder. I was young, but got to see that happen.
Hey, we've had some
back
good
in the early
foreign
60s.
Exchange transfer kickers, too. Fairview takes it. They're at their own 25-yard line. Hunter Good, the freshman, showing a lot of poise right here for the freshman. Handoff up the middle. Looks like maybe to, who's that? Was that Burnside or Deshaun Whitfield?
Yeah.
It's hard to see that number 2 from here.
It is.
Might have been Whitfield on that one.
I think Trayvon, number 16, was in on the tackle there, so he came up, and we've got 10 men a lot of times within 5-6 yards of the ball, and only one back any further than that. But still, they're getting body on body, and we've got to get back playing defense like we did early in the first quarter.
Good takes it again. He's under center, second back through. He's met immediately. There's a flag. That's usually in the area of holding or a chop block. Maybe a face mask.
Yeah,
or it could be a face mask on Morgan County.
I hope.
They're asking Fairview, I guess, maybe wait for the call here.
Yeah, I believe that's on Fairview.
We've got holding on Fairview. Yeah, usually at that point, when you see a flag in that area, Perry, that's usually in the area of holding. Sometimes a chop block where somebody is engaged with a blocker and they block low. So, but that was a good old-fashioned hold, but went for no gain.
Yep. We didn't get by with that one. They hold on a lot of plays. We both know, and the fans out there know. It seems like as a fan, a lot of times you say, well, why'd they call a holding on that one? If you're Fairview, when they could call it any time, but that's the way it works.
Brings up a 2nd and 16. Fairview from their own 19-yard line. Hunter Good goes under center. They're in the wishbone. Cougars stack the box. He's looking for a quick pass. He's got a quick slant. He overthrows it. He had a man open, Perry.
He did have him open, but, again, that's not where Fairview wants to be, and there's a reason there. When the ball went 5 yards over his head, there's a reason Fairview doesn't want to be in that position. But if he would have hit him, it would have probably been 6 points down the field.
Well, you talk about the experience. You got a freshman quarterback. He's just thrown to the fire immediately, and just think of the reps that he's getting. What kind of player he's going to be here in a couple of years for Fairview.
Yeah, it's a tough position for him, and keeping his confidence is the key and not putting him in positions where he gets down on himself.
Fairview's got 3rd and 16. Good takes it, second back through. He's He's going to keep that. He's going around the right side towards the Fairview sideline, and he just gets back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like, before he's chased out of bounds.
Yeah, Fairview will be fourth down. They'll be punting the ball, right, Chris?
Yeah. It should be fourth and about 10. Depends on where they spot the football. I think he got 6 yards on the quarterback keeper there. The old-fashioned bootleg right there.
It was, and he ran well.
He did.
Kid did, and he was
sure
smart
did.
enough to get out of bounds because he knew he wasn't going to get it anyway.
Well,
Most people got another yard and got hit by 2 players, 2 Cougars.
Absolutely. He's shown a lot of poise here in the first half for a freshman.
Oh.
High snap. And that ball is lost in the lights for me. They're going to let it roll inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line. Interesting.
Yeah, probably been another yard or two there if the Fairview player would have let it continue to roll.
We've got 8:25 left here in the half. It's Fairview 12, Morgan County 6. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
On the punt formation, there's an illegal procedure by Fairview. It looks like Morgan County is going to accept that and force them to re-kick. Good decision because the snaps have been a little dicey. You got a chance for another bad snap to get on one here.
I think that's a good decision on Coach Easterling's part to take that penalty. The guy, isn't a 40, 50-yard punter. Now watch him hit it and do that.
Another high snap, but
I think another penalty on Fairview, I believe, Chris.
It could have been, or it could have been Morgan County with 2 men on the field because we had a guy running over late. I don't know if they caught that or not on an illegal substitution. We'll have to wait and see. Now, that was a procedure again. We got off and just in time, but that's another illegal procedure by Fairview. Backs them up even further. It's going to be fourth and a long way.
Watching this kid punt, he made a real catch there. That ball was going over his head, and he reached up and grabbed it with one hand. For those radio listeners we have out there, it was he made a play on it. But now punting from a 4th and 20, our returners on the 50-yard line.
I believe that's Alex Lee back deep. Another high snap. Left-footed kicker. He booms one. This thing's probably going to take a big roll, not going to be returnable up around midfield to around the 50-yard line. That's where we'll have it. We'll stay right here with 8:18 left to play in the second quarter. It's Fairview 12, Morgan County 6. Perry, Morgan County's got a chance. You've got really good field position now. You've really got to establish yourself on first down.
They do. 8 minutes left in the first half, and Morgan County probably has 1 timeout left. Chris, Fairview with 2, but it's important that Morgan County drives the ball here. I don't know that it's a have-to score by any means, but it's important that they get a couple of first downs here to get their confidence back on the offensive side of the ball.
Cougars put a man in motion. He's going to pitch it out wide here. He's got Sweeney. He kicks it up to around the 50, dances a little bit, cuts back to the 45. Great little scamper right there from Noah Sweeney. Picks up about 5, 6, 7 yards on that play, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Good little run on first down.
Yeah, very, very good. Very good run. Good job getting the pitch out quick versus giving the Fairview defenders time to come over and close down. He faked the handoff and got the pitch out and gave his halfback time to make the run. Get the ball and go with it. So,
for people watching also, we're calling this game on the radio on 102.9 Kick FM, so we're trying to give that description as well. Cooper Fleming, he's back in the pistol. He's going to look to hand it off first back through. He is swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah.
Kevin Keaton there, no gain.
No gain and lost probably 4 yards. 4 yards there. So back in a third down situation. So Cougars got some options here on the third and long 6. Whether to pass the ball. I really like the sprint out with Cooper Fleming, and they haven't done it much, but when they did, it's been successful for them, getting him out of the pocket a little and giving 3 receivers.
He's going to look to pitch it wide here, get a good little kick out block. He cuts it up the field. that should be a first down. Connor Fleming made a man miss, cuts it upfield, got a really good kick-out block as well for a first down for Morgan County.
15-yard gain, great ground and great downfield blocking too, Chris. The wide receivers, the linemen got downfield, picked up the blocks, looked very good there, very good.
Connor now up to 53 yards rushing on, 4 carries for Morgan County. He might have to be the old bell cow in the backfield, the matchup for Morgan County that they want. This might have to be a game where both the twins, Cooper and Connor, do this with their legs.
I think that's the kind of game it's going to be, for Morgan and for Fairview. I think it's going to be that. It's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be a Cougar fight. And whoever wants it the most, I believe, is going to pull this one out when it's all said and done. Fleming
back in the pistol again. Take it back through. He's got a man. Nope. He's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a couple of there, Perry.
Yeah, I think going to look at a 2nd and 12 there, trying to run the counter. That's been good to us, but Fairview is probably took a little bit of control of the line of scrimmage, Chris, since early in the first quarter, and not dominant by any means, but we've had our plays, but they've taken control a little bit of the line of scrimmage. So Coach Easterling and his coaches will, I'm sure at halftime they'll make some adjustments on whether it's on splits or what it might be, but they'll make some adjustments. And also, I think change the play calling a little bit, and they've had time to review it.
2nd and 11, Morgan County on the Fairview 38-yard line. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to go before the half. Cougars got a man in motion. Got another pitch out, and he is upended at the 42-yard line. Not sure what happened there, but the Fairview defender, I believe that was Gabe Legg, number 11, made a great play for Fairview. He come up. They're really crashing down off those corners, Perry.
Yeah, 3rd and 16 for the Cougars. Again, not where they want to be, but in a way could have 2 downs to get 16 and 14 yards here, 3rd and 14. If they can get a good gain here on 3rd down, I would expect the Cougars to go for it.
Big play there by Gabe Legg.
But need to get at least 5 or 6 yards here to move it closer to the 35-yard line in order to go for it on 4th.
3rd and 14 from the Fairview 41-yard line. Fleming in the pistol, man in motion. He's going to fake the pitch. He's going to look to pass it, and that's going to be just short.
Yeah, lost his footing after he caught it. Receiver, I'm trying to pick up the number there, Chris.
20, I believe that was Lee.
Alex Lee with the catch there. A short gain, but it was a gain. I look for Coach Eastwing to punt the ball here on the 38, 39-yard line. I know people say, punt it on the 38, 39. Well, I think you want to pin Fairview back with 4 minutes to go in the game. You don't want to give them the ball on the 40-yard line. You want to make them go 80 yards, or you want to make them go 90 yards instead of.
You preferably want to kick this ball inside of 10 out of bounds and don't give them the opportunity to score it or to run it back.
Good kick.
Angle kick. He's going to take it. I think he might have been down there, and he did. Burnside kind of wishing he had kept his feet. Armani with a big play already in this one. It's 3:46 left in the half. We're going to take a break. We come right back. Fairview will have it deep in their own territory. It's 12-6. Fairview leads it. You're watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Fairview's got it deep in their own territory. Hunter Good, the freshman quarterback, he gives it off. Not much of a gain there. I don't know if they handed that off to Jace Murray or if that was Burnside there. Like I said, that was kind of a scrum for Morgan County.
Yeah,
Not sure on the tackle, but short gain there for Fairview.
Yeah, hard to tell who made the tackle. It might have been Jace Atkins in on the tackle.
Jace was played well early. He's been on a lot of big stops early for Morgan County.
He's a big guy there in the middle, and like you said, been very, very active there.
Big play for Morgan County here. 2nd and 8, 3 minutes to go. Fairview has it at their own 11. Good's got it. Second back through. He is hit and met for short gain, and the Cougar defensive line kind of stayed in their gap responsibility there, Perry. Did a much better job.
It is, Chris, and it's a big down here. 3rd and 7, deep in Fairview territory here. Cougars need to hold them and get the ball back here, potentially at midfield. Have another shot at getting some points here before half with a little over 2.5 minutes to go in the half.
One timeout for Morgan County remains. That's crucial. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Morgan County trying to get this thing to 4th down, maybe get, save this timeout and look to make something happen before the half. Fairview back in the traditional wishbone. Look like the Oklahoma Sooners of the 1980s.
Well, they could run it. Barry Switzer and crew.
There's the pitch. Burnside is out to the right side. He gets a sweep, and he is going to be met. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Morgan County's going to force a 4th down, and there's a timeout for Morgan County. We're going to keep it right here.
Yeah, good defensive play there. Good. Morgan County stretched it out. Fairview had their quick running back with the ball and looked like some daylight, but Morgan stretched it out enough on the Fairview sideline there that really gave Morgan County players enough players time to get over there to be a group tackle there, total team tackle there. So it was tremendous play there.
I want to mention our sponsors tonight. If you're watching on SpreeTV, whether it be SpreeTV Channel 2 or the SpreeTV YouTube channel, our game sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Bank of the Mountains, Commercial Bank, and Ison's Insurance Agency. Without those sponsors, man, a lot of this is not possible. Mountain Telephone. Big thanks to our production team, our executive producer here, Jonathan Keaton. We got Tim Mays, and we have a wonderful production. Adam Mann as well. We've got cameras everywhere. We feel big time here tonight, Perry.
Yeah, a lot of fun, Chris. I hope you fans are enjoying the game and
all the veterans that signed up, please go down by the locker room.
Punt formation. They're going to try to go for they get the 1st down here.
He's short, Chris. 4th and 2 on your own 17-yard line.
I'm not sure about that call there, Perry, for them going for it at their own 17-yard line.
I'm not sure about the mark either.
They're going to give him the 1st down.
Wow,
I thought he was short there.
I remember when chain gangs at home, led by Coach Keith Miller and your dad and Eddie Keaton and Keith Frederick.
Keith
not to get into names,
but we're getting into names.
There is no way that'd been a 1st down.
Nope.
No way.
That was close. But Fairview takes a gamble. What do they say? Scared money doesn't make money. And it's a minute and a half to go. They've got the football in the wishbone. Good, pitches it out. Great play. We've got a hold.
Got a hold and a loss on the play.
Might have been Connor Fleming. I'm not for sure.
But a great defensive play there. It was a pitch coming towards the Cougar sideline and got him for about a 5-yard loss.
I think if I can watch it off the TV, off Jonathan's screen over here, I can probably get these names and numbers a whole lot better. Also a flag. What do we have here, Perry?
Yeah, got a hold up the middle there. So I would think we would decline that.
Absolutely.
And get rid of the down.
Well, we're out of timeouts.
Yeah, no timeouts left. Make it 2nd down and 15.
Yeah.
Because they lost about 5 yards.
In high school compared to college.
Chris, a lot of all-state players here at Morgan County, and I've got some of them that I've researched, and I'll go over those at some point. And if there's others, I'd love for people to get a hold of me, and I'll give you my email address and let me know who the others are. A lot of honorable mentions, but I'm talking all-state. Al Lewis, 1963, the great J.C. Brown, 1966, and we're back live, Chris, with the play.
Fairview has it 2nd and 17 from their own 13-yard line, a minute 22 to go, and he's loose. Jace Murray is going to scoot all the way down to the Fairview 40-yard line. He got loose. Big play for Fairview here as they try to flip this field right before the half.
Yeah, ran him out of bounds on the Fairview sideline at 42-yard line, minute 15 to go in the half. I mentioned J.C. Brown last and Brian Goforth. I mentioned earlier as a kicker. And Steve Keller was first-team All-State, along with brother Bill Allen's first-team All-State. So a good list of All-Staters for the Morgan County Blue Devils and the Morgan County Cougars.
Fairview has it 1st and 10 from their own 42.
Fumble.
There's a
Fumble.
ball. There's a ball. It's on the ground. I don't see anybody from Morgan County excited they've got it. I think Fairview gets this one back. They say that. Morgan County do. They come out of there with it, Perry. A big play. Second turnover of the night. Morgan County gets a huge turnover with 1 minute, 6 seconds left here in the second quarter. They're going to set up shop on the Fairview 41-yard line.
Yeah, we need Big Hunter Lewis, number 78, in that offensive line to really take control here, Chris. You know, it'd be great to walk away with 6 points, 8 points here before half. Cooper Fleming going back in with a little limp. So hopefully, well, I'm sure there's nothing too serious, so he wouldn't be playing.
No timeouts, Perry. Do you take a shot maybe on first down?
I don't know what I would on first. I believe I would try my run game a play or two. I just don't know that. I would probably go for the run, Chris, on first. Try to go wide like we went. And if he can get out of bounds, get out of bounds.
Right.
And then on second down, whatever we gain or don't gain, then go for a pass. Clock will stop if it's incomplete, so nothing, no damage if you don't complete on second. If you do, you've got time to get down there and get lined up and ground the ball if you need to.
And two, Morgan County has some advantage if you look just from a size standpoint. Connor Fleming about 6'3", 6'4". Noah Sweeney 6'3", 6'4". Alex Lee, somebody you can put into the slot, get down to the middle of the field. So he's got some targets, and they've only shown that one time tonight. And I'm interested to see maybe if they try to sneak one in on one of these early downs. Morgan County will have it 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of Fairview. 1 minute, 6 seconds left. Fairview shifting here defensively. Cooper Fleming in the pistol. He's back to pass here on first down. He's looking, setting up a screen, and that ball is picked off. That's going to be a pick 6 for Fairview. He's going to return that 59 yards for a Fairview touchdown. That's a backbreaker for Morgan County, Perry.
It is, Chris. That's a tough one. Thankfully, it's right here at the half, to be honest, where they can go in and regroup. One of the things I said before we started, you've got to Cooper, they've got to make the safe throws. And a screen pass is traditionally safe, but when you don't get a block on that guy and he comes clean on the screen, that's not necessarily totally Cooper's fault, even though the quarterback goes down for the interception. That defensive player has to be picked up. We had 3 linemen out there, really had it set up perfectly, but nobody picked him up. He came right through all of them and made a good catch and ran it in.
I was trying to get a number on that on the return for Fairview. Oh, I'm sorry.
What number?
Yeah. 2-point conversion try here for Fairview. Set it back through, and he's going to get in. That's going to be good. Crucial 2-point conversion there for Fairview. They're going to lead it 20-6. That interception return was by Drayshawn Whitfield, I believe. Number 7 took it back 59 yards. I was going to say it was a slow developing play on the screen. Usually those quick screens or bubble screens are a little bit hotter than that.
Yeah, I think that was more of an old-fashioned screen, even though it was further outside the line of scrimmage than normal. But nobody picked him up. You don't pick him up, and you hit him, throw it out there, and he gets right through all the blockers, and there you go.
Well, after a great start to this football game, Morgan County had everything they wanted. They got the possession deep in Fairview territory, score on their first possession, even looked good on the second Fairview possession defensively. But then that turnover and a couple of things and a couple of penalties, and now you get the pick 6. You kind of put yourself behind the 8 ball here before the half.
Yeah, Morgan County just needs to get out of this first half.
There's the boot. Left-footed kicker is going to boom one down to about the 20. Alex Lee's got it up to the 25-yard line. He's to the 35.
Good return.
Good return. Alex Lee runs hard to the 40-yard line of Morgan County, and that's where the Cougars will have it. No timeouts with 48 seconds, and they're down 20-6. They will have it at their own 40.
Yeah, I would think that we'll run this out, but if we don't, I sure hope we throw it down the field, not lateral.
Exactly.
throw it down the field or run it out.
A couple of things we've noticed from up here is, the pass and the receivers being open down the seam of the field. The middle of the field and the hashes has something that's been there, and I think if Morgan County, that's open for them to hit.
Well, no question, Chris. You called it earlier. We had the two receivers down the middle open, and a pretty good ball. Just both of them thought it was for the other one, and they gave up on it then. But I would go back to it. Maybe not now, but I would go back to it. Go back to it in the third, fourth quarter for sure, whatever the score is.
But usually when two receivers are in the same area, somebody's on the wrong page.
True.
On that somebody should have had an out pattern or maybe a slant or a drag if they're more shallow than the person going down the seam.
Chris, high school football in Kentucky's came a long ways.
Absolutely.
Back in the day, high school football didn't really compare to basketball in high school in the state of Kentucky. But now, you look at three teams that nationally are in the top 5 in total wins. You're talking Mayfield with 956, Fort Thomas Highlands
and that's in the nation.
46 in the nation, and Louisville Male with 957.
There's a pitch out to Connor Fleming. He got some
out of bounds.
He's looking to get to the sideline.
Get out of bounds.
Mr. Horsecollar, he should have got out of bounds there. Now you're going to have to spike this thing. First down gain of about 13 yards from. That was Noah Sweeney, but he did not get out of bounds. But the clock is stopped on the first down.
Good run by the big man.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you brought that up.
Running clock, 35 seconds. He spikes it, brings up second down. About midfield, they'll be at the 48-yard line of Fairview.
Yeah, I was talking Mayfield. Mayfield, been good forever, and then Mail, and then Fort Thomas Highlands. 5th, 4th, and 3rd in the nation in total football wins over a life. Washington, Ohio, 2nd at 959, and Valdosta, Georgia at 961 wins. So the first two positions are within reach of those three teams from Kentucky having the most wins in the country.
Hey, you mentioned Washington, Ohio. Do people know this? The first win in Morgan County football history was against Washington, Ohio.
Wow.
6-0 in 1945.
Good stuff, Chris. There he goes.
Some room. There goes Connor Fleming.
Got to get out of bounds.
He's at the 40. He did not get out of bounds. He should have run right straight to the sidelines.
I believe that's going to be a penalty. Will stop the play there, Chris.
Oh, we might have got a break with the penalty there if that's on Fairview.
That might be a face mask or a late hit. Or it could be against the Cougars.
It occurred on the tackle, not sure, unless there was some activity elsewhere. We're waiting to see what this flag is.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be against Fairview.
That would be a killer there for Fairview if this is on them.
You had 15 yards on from the personal foul.
Big penalty there on Fairview. Personal foul.
We'll take it down to 23-yard line, I believe, Chris. We're close.
Cougars going to have some shots for a touchdown here. Look for a rollout. Look for Cooper Fleming to kind of waggle out. Look for his man, a couple receivers, maybe a little flood route here.
Well, you can't run it. You can't on the scramble. You can't run it. You got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Unless it's fourth down. Forget the fourth down, then you make sure you throw it in play. But we got a first and 10 at 24. Not a great opportunity, but a good opportunity here.
First and 10 on the Fairview 24-yard line. 20 seconds left to play before the half. There's a quick slant. There's going to be a little hook and ladder. He gives it off to Fleming, but he does not get out of bounds. He's got to spike it. 11 seconds. Did not get out of bounds. 9 seconds. They're trying to spike it. 7 seconds.
Might have one
trying
play.
To line up. He might have one play. They may just get this off, and they do. 1.9 seconds left in the half. Good little fire drill there to get that spiked.
It's a good play. It's a good play. He could have just got out of bounds probably with about 15 seconds left, and that would have gave us 2 throws at the end zone instead of now 1 throw at the end zone.
Yeah, since we're so close to the half, we're going to keep it right here. We're going to talk about what Morgan County is going to do on this final play of the half. You know what? A couple of things can happen. You've got to throw this football into the end zone. If you don't get it complete, you might get a pass interference and set up another crack at it.
True. And we've got a couple of tall receivers, tall players. Connor Fleming. You can throw it up for Connor. Down there.
Noah Sweeney, 6'3", 6'4", can go get it.
Yeah. So we got some opportunities and some options here, but first it starts with pass protection. You got to provide pass protection to give Cooper time and give the receivers time to get into the end zone to make it work. Be great to walk away here with 6 or 8 points. That would be, you talking about a momentum shifter, Chris.
Absolutely. Morgan County should get the football coming out into the second half. It would be a huge momentum for Morgan County to sneak one in here with 1.9 seconds left here in the first half. Here it is, final play probably of the first half. Fleming, he's looking, he's back, he's going to throw it up into the air, and that is up for grabs. Incomplete. There was no man there. He had some miscommunication, I believe, on his receivers there.
Yeah, it looked like the wide out on the Fairview side of the field. He didn't make it to the end zone. He made it to about the 5-yard line, and Cooper was throwing it to the flag. Throwing it to the flag, and as you said, you had to go to the end zone. But move the ball, some momentum there. I think if I'm the Cougars, I'm going in here at halftime, and I'm being probably a little angry if I'm a Cougar player. That we shouldn't be down 20-6. We gave them too much is how I'm probably going to look at it if I'm a Cougar. If I'm Fairview, I'm going to go in and say, dang, we're rolling. We're rolling. We just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Well, there you have it. The first half comes to a close. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Fairview leads it at the half over Morgan County, 20-6. You are watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Hi, this is John Ison. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Ison Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
At Appalachian Wireless, we get it. You need reliable service without breaking the bank. That's why we offer affordable unlimited data plans and advance pay options to fit any budget. Are you ready to ditch your overpriced carrier? We've got a switch and save deal plan just for you. We're your local experienced provider from Appalachia for Appalachia. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location today or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com to see how easy it is to save and get connected. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Hi, this is John Ison. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want three things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Ison Insurance Agency, you'll find all three. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations: West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Trusty back here at the half, joined with Perry Allen as we're going to run down the first half. But before we get to that, let's talk about tonight's game sponsors making this all possible. Appalachian Wireless, Bank of the Mountains, Commercial Bank, and Ison Insurance Agency. They've been wonderful partners with Morgan County Athletics, doing a lot for the school. Also, make sure, listen to us on Kick 102.9. This is being simulcast on the radio, while we also do this on TV as well with the SpreeTV app and SpreeTV Channel 2. And I need to say this also, SpreeTV promotion here. SpreeTV is a new way to enjoy all your favorite channels with the mobility of streaming on TV, a tablet or a phone, or any other smart device. Use our Restart TV to catch up on programs you missed or forgot about. Up to 5 streams are available for the whole family to enjoy. For customers who are still on traditional MTTV cable service, the last day to switch to SpreeTV is September the 30th, 2025. Make the switch today. Call Mountain Telephone at 606-743-3121 and tell them you want SpreeTV, or visit mrtc.com/SpreeTV for more information.
Hey, Chris, I want to jump in here a second before we get going on the football part. But Bernard Hill, Mountain Rural Telephone, Mountain Telephone today, my first summer job. Bernard Hill hired me when he was general manager of Mountain Telephone to help cut right-of-way. So Dougie Likens down at Blair's Mill was my boss and supervisor, and, you know, a lot of good people there over the years, and still is a lot of great people there. You know, Richie Stacy, RD, played football with RD, still hang out with him. Danny McKenzie, you know, the late Coach Miller, Keith Miller, a legend. You know, Keith coached so many junior high players that went on to play high school football for Morgan County. And I firmly believe in today's time, when you don't have to be a teacher to be a coach, I believe Coach Miller would have been a Morgan County Cougar high school football coach in time. You know, Keith working there, J.C. Brown that I mentioned earlier, an all-state tailback that was just a legend. People don't realize how good, or I'm sure they do, that J.C. was. But so many people worked there, and several, again, were former Cougars or contributors to the program, such as Dan McKenzie, and then Steve played. I wanted to jump in there on Mountain Telephone and SpreeTV.
Well, I'm so glad you did, because, you know, they're just being the staple in the community, what they have done from a communication standpoint, and they serve not only Morgan County. You know, they've expanded. You know, it's Wolf and Menifee counties, parts of Bath County, Morgan County. So they've also expanded their product, but they've done so much for sports in the service areas that they have. Not only just Morgan County High School, but everywhere else they serve. Mountain Telephone has been there, and for a local co-op to be able to do what they've done and expand and provide this type of viewing pleasure for everybody is pretty cool. Jonathan Keaton over here has got to set up. We look like the SEC Network, ESPN, with all this over here. So, you know, Adam Mann, Tim Mays, you know, all the people back at the production crew that's making this possible. People don't realize it's a really big production to do something like this. And, you know, we're kind of blessed in Eastern Kentucky. There's a lot of different people that go out and do things to have live football, live basketball, or baseball, and capture sporting events and these student athletes at their best. And they didn't have this when you played, Perry. But,
we had Glenn Woodward, and he done a great job on the radio.
Yeah, you had to give that visual on the radio, and that's what we're trying to do tonight. Hopefully people listening on 102.9, that you're able to get that visual as much as possible, as we're also airing this on TV.
Jonathan's done a great job, made this easy for us, and you made it easy for me also, Chris. This has been fun. I hope our Cougars can get a win. You know, I mentioned Bernard Hill, and all 3 of Bernard's sons played football at Morgan County. Jackie was a teacher. David Hill was one of the best centers ever to play football at Morgan County, along with Donald Shockey and Johnny Bussey and several others. Had some good centers at Morgan County's time. And one of the things, Chris, I think you're going to keep me. I don't think you'll make that decision till tomorrow. You review this and make sure that you want me back. But there's a lot of guys and a lot of contributors to the Morgan County football program.
Absolutely.
A lot of contributors over time and currently, and they all deserve mentioning. And we will do that over time. We'll mention a lot of people over time, and I'm sure there'll be some names that we leave out. But there's a lot of people that have really had great careers here, and again, that's not just on the field. There's cheerleaders, over the years, and the band, and the chain gang, that I've mentioned, and people that used to line off the field, which is something you don't have to do today.
Hey, I can remember back in the day, Jerry Trusty, my uncle, would come down and he would have a 2x4 and some string and a screwdriver, and he would make a perfect emblem at midfield, and he would freehand paint it.
Yep.
And we would do that on Thursday nights. And we were
Hope
so
it didn't
proud
rain.
of that. Hope it didn't rain. Right. But, there was a lot of pride in Morgan County football that was taken. And I want
Jerry
people
done the
to
PA
realize
work
that.
too,
Yeah,
Chris.
he did
He
well.
done PA.
Yeah.
Lynn Nickel done PA in the old days, But Jerry helped. He was a contributor.
Think about the big
your father
crowds.
was part of the chain gang.
Think about the old setting of the football field downtown, the Sorghum Bowls that we had, where we literally had thousands of people there for the 1983 Sorghum Bowl, which I know burns, but
I think 7,000 people, Chris.
7,000 was there. I tell people that in 1983, 7,000 people were down there in town watching Morgan County and Prestonsburg, and college scouts littered that field. It was just a tremendous atmosphere.
Governor Early Clements came and dedicated the field in the mid to late 40s. Governor of Kentucky, at that time, and big deal there. So a lot of good stuff. Chris, you and I have talked a lot over the last couple of weeks, and we both enjoy this. We're not doing it for the pay. We're doing it because there isn't any pay. We want to enjoy it, and we want to help, and we want to provide coverage best we can for people in Morgan and surrounding counties, that can't get to the game for whatever reason, want to listen to it or watch it. But one of the things Chris was asking me, Chris said I'm the Morgan County great. I wouldn't go that far. I like to play, and my brothers like to play, and my dad played, but Chris said, who all did you get offers for? And I said, okay, do I lie to him? Or do I tell him the truth? And I had one offer, and that was from Oberlin College in Ohio, and I also had a couple of visits to Moorhead and Murray, and I went and visited Murray. Mike Godfrey was the head coach, and Bill Baldridge, who coached at Morgan at one point, and Moorhead State University and other schools. Bill sent me a letter after my visit, and he was thanking me and this and that, and thought I had a bright future. In the end, he said, and if you have any offers anywhere, you probably should go ahead and take it. And I knew then my days were kind of numbered.
You got that one over
but that's not the end of the story. The story continues on, and we'll touch on that another day.
Okay, Fairview kicks it off. Morgan County bobbles the kickoff, and they're going to take over at their own 25-yard line. A tough break for Morgan County. I think he had a seam there. He could have got some big yards.
Yeah, lost his footing, and here we are, first down on the 25-yard line, 26. So, good opportunity here for the Cougars to come out and show the adjustments they made at the half.
Fairview made some good adjustments, I thought, defensively, forcing the action a little bit, especially on the pitch man. So they're really keying on that. It'll be interesting to see how Morgan County counters that early in the second half. They don't need to panic. They need to just try to march this football down the field and try to make this a one-possession game.
Yeah, remember, Chris, the line was set at 3.5 and 2 by the Cougars, so there's a reason those people set that line for favoring the Cougars.
Fleming in the pistol. He's going to hand it off. He's got a big alley. He's up to the 35, the 40, and he is dragged down at the 45-yard line. And that's Kevin Keaton. Hadn't called his name much, but the sophomore.
Great run by the sophomore. Number 7. Kevin Keaton with a nice hard run there, great blocking, and just a sophomore. Mentioned that earlier. This kid's got a future. As he continues to work, he'll be a stud for the Cougars.
Like to get him loose. He had his first 100 rushing yards in his career last week versus Harlan. They need to get him going. Fleming again in the pistol. got trips left. He's going to give it off to Keaton again, I believe, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten 1 yard on that, Perry.
Yep, he kept his head down, and got positive yardage, and that's very important to at least get positive yardage, even on plays that fans would look or myself would look and say, why'd they run that play? He only got a yard. Well, so, sometimes you set plays up by running others, and
exactly.
And you got to run it up the middle some before you can run it wide. You got to throw it short before you can throw it long. Again, hopefully the Cougars here will maintain this drive and come away with 8 points here.
Taking a lot of time in between plays here. Hopefully they don't have to call a timeout and get a delay of game here. But this 2nd and 10, it's going to be counting down pretty quick, and maybe they can get this off before a delay of game's given. Fleming looking, does get the snap, gets it off in time. Whoa. He's up the middle, and there goes Keaton. He's at the 40, he's at the 35. He's going to be all the way down to the Fairview 16-yard line. Keaton gets a burst up the gut for the Cougars.
What a hole, Chris, that offensive line, opened up there. I mean, what a hole. Straight up the middle. He wasn't touched till he got 30 yards up the field.
40 to 29-yard pickup. Cougars have it inside the 20. They are at the Fairview 17-yard line. Fairview leads it 20-6, but the Cougars, they're marching down the field. 2 big runs by sophomore Keevan Keaton's kind of opened this up for Morgan County. They may have found something they've liked there on the inside track. Well, just a give. That was a simple give on the inside to Keaton. Trying to show some eye candy out here. There's it going to be the option. Cooper Fleming's got it. He's going to keep it. He's to the inside the 10, where he's hit and stopped right at the 10-yard line. Made a good read there. Showed some nice speed.
Yeah, Cooper was decisive on that run. He didn't hesitate. He took off from the start and said, I can gain some yardage here instead of looking to maybe pitch it. He turned upfield, and the worst case scenario, when he turned it up, he's going to gain a couple yards. Worst case. In this case, he gained Chris? Probably 7 yards.
Got him 7 yards. It now gets him back on the plus side of rushing there after earlier loss in the second quarter. Man shaking up there for Fairview that looked like Wyatt Bowen. I'm not for certain if that was Wyatt Bowen, number 70, or working on him. For Fairview.
Chris, what kind of offense did Andy Lewis and Coach Wood and them run at that time?
Okay, that was the triple option, the traditional triple option like you would have seen the Naval Academy with Andy
Georgia
Lewis.
Tech and Naval and Army. And, Andy ran the offense well, ran it real well. And Coach Wood's a good coach, real good coach, been good wherever he's been.
Absolutely. He's now at
disciplined
Dunbar,
team. They had some had athletes that played football, basketball, baseball on that team.
Blake
they didn't
McCowan
just play one or two.
Like you said earlier, came out, great defensive end, just a great athlete. Cougars got it 2nd and 2 from the 10. Fleming, he's going to give it up the middle, big hole.
Nice.
Brought down inside the 5-yard line. That's Keaton running really, really hard right now.
Yeah, good blocking. Nice hole up the middle.
Big possession for Morgan County to take this down and try to get a score to get this to a 1-possession game. Fairview leads it 20-6, 9 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter.
We apologize to the radio listeners. It's just hard to see the numbers. I think on the TV portion of the game, you can really see the numbers better TV-wise than you can for us looking through the glass,
Yeah,
Chris.
I'm trying to cheat over a little bit off the screen from Jonathan here. Cooper, nobody over center. It's back through. He's going to be stood up, second effort, and not much there.
Yeah, no gain there. Going to be a 2nd and 5. You got to have a touchdown here, but the way to look at it, it's three downs to get 5 yards, Chris.
Not sure who was on the carry. 8:46 to go here in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 5. Morgan County got the ball at the Fairview 10-yard line. Cooper Fleming, the senior quarterback, in the pistol. He's got trips left, single setback. He's looking at, he's in trouble in the backfield, and he's going to be dragged down for a big loss in the backfield. Fairview really got upfield in a hurry, Perry.
Yeah, that's a tough loss there. You're going to be looking now at 2 downs to get 11, 12 yards. I believe that's right, Chris.
Loss of 7.
Yeah, so for a team like the Cougars or like Fairview, you don't like 3rd and 11. But 2 downs here, and they've showed explosiveness this half. So I think it's something that Coach Easterling has a couple of plays, I'm sure, in his book for this situation, and now's the time for the team to execute them.
Fleming back in the pistol. He's going to pitch it off. He's going to swing it out into the flats. He's hit and dropped back at about the 16-yard line. Not much there. A little bit of a slow developing play, Perry.
I think that's the key, Chris. I think a play was there. You had one blocker and you had one defender, but it developed so slowly that the blocker could not maintain the block that long to give the receiver ability to get around. Was completed pass out in the flat, but just took too long to develop.
It's going to bring up 4th and 16 for Morgan County. They are at the Fairview 16-yard line, down 20-6. It's a big possession. Like
early in the second half, but it's still a crucial time. Hard to make a 4th and 16, but really for the Cougars, if they could get 10 or 12 yards here to show that they can still move the ball, I think and run up the middle. And I'm sure just trying to run something that Fairview didn't expect, but right. Fairview was right there ready for the counter and no gain on the play. So the ball goes over on downs, Chris.
Yeah, Fairview will take it over right there from their own 17-yard line. We're going to stay here as they flip it over here as Fairview's going to take over. Big possession for Morgan County defensively. They can't afford for Fairview to come down and get a quick score.
Yeah. Chris, dropping back a little bit in the days, but Harold Rose, Sonny Rose's brother, Wallace Rose's uncle. Wallace played with me here at Morgan County, but Harold was probably the most distinguished football player ever from Morgan County. Little college All-American at Morehead State University. A little college All-American.
Fairview Goods under center. Stick it back through. That's Jace Murray, I believe, gets it out to picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, a lot of people don't recall Harold. Older, passed away, but quite the football player. And one of the stories that, stories, I want to make sure it's true. It's not a story, but Harold Rose intercepted a Johnny Unitas pass playing for Morehead State University back in the day when University of Louisville was part of the Kentucky Intercollegiate Association. So big play, but a little college All-American was Harold Rose.
2nd and 7 for Fairview. Goods under center. He's in trouble. He's hit and dropped. Maybe that was a busted play by Fairview. The Cougars were able to get in there quickly, being brought down. Not sure if that was Jace or Connor Fleming. Jace Atkins, Connor Fleming, a few others in on the tackle. Like I said, hard to see those numbers.
Yeah, Fairview had one receiver to the right on the Fairview side of the field, and he went deep, and there just wasn't any time for the quarterback. Cougars got back there, and they were all over him. I couldn't tell if it was kind of a bobbled snap that slowed it down, but they only had one man going deep or going out. And Cougars, again, I'm proud of the Cougars for doing what they should do, and that's just staying tough. Staying tough.
3rd and 10 for Fairview, their own 17. Big down for the Cougars here. Good under center, the freshman. He's going to hand it off, second back through. That may be Whitfield or Burnside.
Yeah,
can't really
tackle.
Tell for Fairview. He scoots through a couple of yards. That's going to bring up 4th down. Big stop for Morgan County.
Yeah, it was. 4th down now, and Fairview surely will punt on their own 22, 23-yard line. So a big stop. I think Fairview right now, they're probably feeling that, we're not going to take any gambles. Yeah. They're probably feeling Morgan County can't score on us right now. And so we're not going to throw the ball much. We're not going to do anything that's going to create mistakes. And the Cougars got to prove they can score. And I think they did prove it by how they moved the ball down, Chris, on the first series. They've just got to get it in the end zone. It makes 2 series that we haven't taken advantage of it. Good punt.
Ball is going to bounce and get touched at the 45-yard line. And what was going through my mind there was, hey, they've had some high snaps. Can this be deep in their own territory? Kind of turn it over like the first series. We'll keep it right here. 4:33 left. Fairview punts the football. The Cougars will take over at the 46-yard line. got to make something happen here, Perry.
Yeah, they do. They can't keep the last 2 drives that went down to the end zone almost, and they haven't scored. And that can be defeating if you can't get it in. So they really need to get some points here for the morale of the Cougars.
Red zone offense key before the half to open the half twice. Morgan County has been inside the 20 and have not scored. Fairview's defense is stiffened up. Cooper Fleming back again into the pistol. He's going to take the snap on first down. He's going to pitch it. We've got Noah Sweeney.
Go!
He's got a chance. He's got it down to the 30-yard line. That could have been a horse collar. Noah Sweeney. I couldn't tell if it was Noah Sweeney or Connor Fleming with the numbers. It was Noah Sweeney. And I'll tell you what.
Big number 24, Chris. Big kid.
24. He's a big 6'3", 6'4" dude. And he was scooting down the sidelines there. And they found something Morgan County has by going outside.
Really needs to put that ball away, though. He's carrying that ball, like they used to say, a little bit of loaf of bread coming out there. So he needs to tuck that ball in. We don't need any turnovers here. Good first down play, good blocking, good run by Noah. But the offensive line and wide receiver done a great job of holding their blocks, and I say holding them, maintaining them.
Fleming's going to give it first man through. He's met immediately at about. He gets maybe a half yard. He falls forward. It's going to bring up second and long.
Yeah, I'd take a break on that counter for a while, Chris. It worked in the first half, but it's been a while. Go back to it in the fourth quarter. Go away from it a little bit here. Fairview's playing off of it right now. If you want to fake that play and then hit a short pass or hit a pass down the middle, as we said earlier tonight, that's open, tight end down the middle, you probably would have it because they think we're going to run the counter trap option every play.
There's the option to the left. He's going to turn it up. Cooper Fleming's got some room if he can get a block. He's down to the 20. As long as he don't hold, he did a really good job there, Perry, of not holding on that stock block downfield. Allows Cooper Fleming to get the first down.
Yeah, Cooper Fleming, quarterback for the Cougars, took the snap and went to the left on the option play. And again, he was very decisive. He turned the play up with Chris, probably a 12, 15-yard gain. Wide receiver on the left side there, Fairview side of the ball, with a great block out there. Maintained the block and no question, no hold at all. It's just great.
I thought that was
play.
what set that up was the Cougar wide receiver that was able to block downfield. Did a really nice job of kicking that guy out, not allowing him to come up and make the play. Cougars once again, Perry, third time in a row they are in the red zone.
Here we go.
Fleming's got the toss here. Going to come back. Connor Fleming, we got flags on the play. He's going to be hit for a short, but that's in the area of holding, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to call that hold there on Jace. Po'o's not arguing it, so holds happen. You got to overcome them. That's just the way it is. Does seem like the referee's always calling when you're moving the ball.
Exactly. Not really been a penalty-littered game. It's been a pretty clean game so far. Maybe the fourth penalty on the Cougars all night. Yeah. But it comes at a costly time as we've got the ball into the red zone again. Fairview's defense has stiffened. They've done a nice job of keeping Morgan County out of the end zone.
Yep.
3 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. Fairview 20, Morgan County 6. The Cougars have the football on the Fairview 27-yard line. They're threatening for the third straight possession. The Cougars are threatening to score.
Got 2 wide receivers out and a man in the slot.
Slot goes in motion, and there's going to be
penalty on the Cougars.
That's on the Cougars, sure is. The pre-snap penalties, Perry. The procedure that's going to set up first long way to go.
Yeah.
Trying to watch the replay there.
25 anyway.
Yeah. First and 25 balls on the 32-yard line. The Cougars are going backwards here, Perry. They need a big play to get a big chunk back as the clock as we wind down late in the third quarter.
Yeah, got 4 downs to get 25 yards. It sounds big at 25, but you do have 4 plays, but still 25 is 25.
There's a fake the pitch. Cooper's going to he's going to throw, he's going to tuck it. Man wide open. And that ball is intercepted. It was thrown into traffic. Fairview intercepts it, and that is, I believe, Armani. That Jaden Kaler. Is that number 8, Jaden Kaler? Freshman safety for Fairview.
Big play.
Big play for Fairview. And Perry, that's 3 times in the red zone, and Cougars have come up empty each time.
Yeah, big play on the ball the kid made there for Fairview. The receiver was open earlier, but hesitated a little. Cooper did, and that ended up costing him a little there. Did have the tight end down the middle, but it would have took a pretty near perfect pass for that to have been completed there. Again, I think he rushed it a little at the end.
The pressure started getting in there. He had a nice clean pocket to begin. Fairview takes over at their own 37. Good gets knocked down, but he gets it handed off just in time.
Barely.
Morgan County almost disrupts and causes a fumble.
I'm not sure we didn't get the ball. We got the ball, Chris.
We sure did. The Cougar defensive end, Connor Fleming, gets in there, gets the fumble. They got in there in a hurry, Perry.
Oh, he knocked the center. He destroyed the center. I mean, destroyed the center and destroyed the quarterback.
Who was at nose for Morgan County there? I need a number on the defensive line that blew that play up.
Yeah.
Or like I said, bear with us, TV, and it's on the radio on 102.9. Trying to get these Cougar numbers is really tough.
Now this is an absolute score here, Chris. Even though it's only 20-6, it's just we've been too close too often. It just kids can't keep doing that.
We dominated the time of possession as well.
I don't know if that's going to be a timeout for Fairview, I believe, Chris.
Fairview. We'll take it with them. It's 2:55 left in the third quarter. Morgan County has the football at the 36. You're watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Chris Trusty back here, 2 minutes and 55 seconds with Perry Allen, longtime Morgan County, great quarterback. Perry, it's been a lot of fun tonight, man. You've done a great job on the color. Got a lot of information over here, man. This is great stuff.
A lot of fun, Chris. I retired 3 years ago, and I kind of dedicated myself then to learning a whole lot more about Morgan County football history, and it's been a hobby.
Cougars got the football, and there's going to be maybe it almost look like a snap infraction. That's going to be a procedure on Morgan County, almost like an old-fashioned snap infraction there, something, a little bit of a delay. It's going to back Morgan County up. That's 3 or 4 penalties, last 2 possessions for Morgan County.
Chris, Larry Scott Blevins. Larry Scott lives in Frankfort. He was a member of the Morgan County Red Devils football team back in the day in the late 40s. Larry Scott's sister is Mary Kay Elam, late Gary Elam, brother-in-law. Gary Elam also played Cougar football, but Larry Scott was on the teams, good teams, under Coach Stanley back in the day, and retired engineer of the state of Kentucky. Helped me a lot.
Fleming's got it first and 15. He's got to the outside. It's Kevin Keaton. I believe he's scooting down to the 30, 25 inside. Kevin Keaton once again, and he has really ran the football well. A big gain down around the 20-yard line for Morgan County. Kevin Keaton.
Yeah, fun to watch that kid. You give him a hole and he's going to make more. You got to give him a little hole like you do most backs, but once he hits the hole, he's looking. He's got his eyes up.
He's the north-south runner that Morgan County's got to have. He's had some explosives. That's 3 explosive plays from running back sophomore Kevin Keaton. Sets up a 1st and 10 from the Fairview 21. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third. Going to give it to him again. Going to go right back at him. He gets upfield. He gets upended down around the 12-yard line.
Yeah, going to be about a yard short for a first down, but at the 12, and nothing wrong with being in that position. Hopefully we can get 4 or 5 on this and make it a 1st and 6 or 7.
8-yard gain for Kevin Keaton. That gets him up to about 80 yards on the night. 2 minutes to go, third period. Morgan County threatening once again. They've really had the time of possession, but they've got to punch one in here, Perry. 2nd and 2 from the Fair. play by number 7, Keith.
No fire tonight, but a Cougar touchdown. We're right back in this thing now. It's 20-12, and hopefully it'll be 20-14, and smiles are back on the face. Good blocking, good run, good cuts.
Great job
I
up
really
front by
thought
the
at
Cougar
first
offensive
when he
line.
went through, I thought he should have stayed left, but if I didn't know anything, he went right and scored.
2-point conversion here. There's the toss to the outside.
There we go.
That's an easy 2-point
It's a walk
conversion.
in. Boy, it's got to be a relief, Chris, to these kids. Got to be. They've been down there several times and haven't got in. You know, it want to flash back a little. It reminds me to when we played Prestonsburg and back in 1976, fall of '76, and Keith Allen was my primary receiver, but Scotty Collins, Wallace Rose, a lot of guys, you know, caught the ball, but Keith had a lot of yards that night. I was able to throw for over 300 yards that night. And we were inside the 27 times, Chris, that night. Inside the 27. And we walked away with, I think, 1 touchdown that night. Coach Reed kept calling a short pass over the middle when we get inside the 20. And Prestonsburg won half the field. You were in the Big Sandy River.
That's right.
So the end zone was 7 yards short. And we couldn't complete it. Scotty May was tailback, great football player for Morgan County, tailback, linebacker. And Scotty would tell me, just run it, call a run play. And Coach Reed, who was the coach, called the same pass play. So we'd call the pass play, and it went, but we couldn't score touchdowns. But Keith had a heck of a game.
Cougars booted down to about the 30-yard line. It's going to be picked up there by Jace Murray. He's going to run out to about the 35-yard line. Pretty good field position, and that's where Fairview will set up their possession here in the third quarter. Morgan County's dominated time of possession here in the third quarter. Was able to chip away and get a big touchdown there.
Yeah. I was talking about Scotty May and his cousin Keith May, and Keith May was a great center for Morgan County back in the day. I mentioned centers earlier, Larry Adams, Wayne Brewer, and that's, you know, again, I'm talking more in the 70s, 80s. There's been a lot of good players, many good players since then. And we'll touch on more as we go, and more as we go through the season.
Cougars need another big defensive stop here. Fairview will come back here, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line, 1:35 left here in the third quarter. Second back through, he's going to give it.
Nice gain.
Nice gain on
4 or 5
down.
yards there.
Jace Murray on the carry for Fairview. Brings up 2nd and 5, I believe.
Really
Fairview
don't want to see the Cougars get down 2 touchdowns again with just over a quarter to go. We've been pretty explosive, but we haven't made it in end zone a lot. Really need the defense to step up here again and get a stop here.
Fairview taking their time here. 1 minute to play here in the third. 20-14. Fairview leads it. Got the ball at their own 40. Good under center. Gives it to Murray again. And he is stopped short game. Going to bring up a big third down right here, but you know this is probably 2-down territory for Fairview. They're probably going to go for it too if it does get to 4th.
Well, I think if they get to 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, they'll go for it. But I think outside of that, they'll punt the ball. Because I'm still, if I'm Fairview, I'm not sure that Morgan can go 70 or 80 yards. I think we can, but if I'm Fairview, I wouldn't think so.
They may let this play out here, 24 seconds. They may let this quarter come to an end. It winds down. We're now under 20 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Fairview leads at 20-14. They've got the football at their own 43.
You know, Chris, I was talking about the Prestonsburg-Morgan County game. Philip Haywood was the coach of Prestonsburg then.
Back through, Murray running hard. That's a first down for Fairview, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Fairview leads it over Morgan County 20-14. When we come back, you'll have the fourth quarter action. Fairview will have it just around midfield. You are watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, Local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Good stop by the
Big
Cougars.
stop. Big play there defensively for Morgan County. There's a flag. That may be a late hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to be. Might be a couple different calls, Chris.
I think that's going to be on the Cougars, Perry.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. That's had a good stop and then get a penalty. I don't know though. Officials over here talking
He's really not too dumb monstrous, but he's not too happy. Personal foul against Morgan County. That's what it is. That's a backbreaker because you just got a wonderful stick right there defensively to put them in a second and long situation. Something you keyed on into this game. Do you want Fairview in second and third and longs? 15 yards is going to push this thing all the way down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for Fairview. 11:53 to play in the game. They lead it 20-14.
Need some big plays. Need another turnover from Fairview.
Hunter Good, understand there's, I thought he got set there for a second. He is second back through, and that is Deshaun Whitfield. He isn't going to scoot. He's at the 20. He's going to score. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Fairview. Deshaun Whitfield, once he got to the outside, Perry, it was over.
Yeah, there was a good crease for him. Not a big hole, but a crease. But, boy, when he got through that crease, it was done.
He gets to the second level.
Morgan County player waved at him and wished him good luck, and he went right on in.
Well, the backbreaker there for Morgan County, I think, was the penalty, the personal foul, because you had just set up a second long. You might put them in a different play call selection on that, having them, on the other side of the 50, but instead, 15 yards sets up Deshaun Whitfield, and he's going to score. And Fairview goes up 26-14 here early in the fourth quarter. They're going for the 2-point conversion. There is a fumble in the backfield. There. Good stop. You're within striking distance here, 2-possession game. But Morgan County, not sure who got on that for Morgan County. But
he disrupted it big time. Great penetration for you watching TV. You can be able to see the player and the number better than us. For those on the radio, they tried Fairview to go up the middle there, and he just disrupted the defensive lineman, came through for the Cougars and tore the play apart.
We'll keep it here as they flip it over. The score is 26-14. Morgan County will receive it. It gives me a second to also mention their sponsors again: Appalachian Wireless, Bank of the Mountains, Commercial Bank, and Ison Insurance Agency. Spectacular sponsors, as always, making this production on SpreeTV possible. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel, SpreeTV, or your local TV, SpreeTV Channel 2, and you're also listening on Kick 102.9. Shouts out to Rick Barker. Great presentation before the game. The voice of the Cougars usually does the radio, Kick 102.9, and also on Cool Hits. He's a man we love tremendously. He's the guy that kind of got me in this mess into broadcasting. So it's great to see him in the booth with us tonight.
Yeah. Former offensive tackle for the Cougars back in the mid-'70s, early mid-'70s.
Wishing you well, Rick. Hopefully get you back for basketball season. There's the kickoff.
Get out of bounds.
And it's not. And I tell you what, Morgan County's really lucky that Fairview didn't jump on that football deep in their territory.
Hey, Chris, I think you know the answer to this. You're a baseball guy, okay? You're a sports guy. Leading scorer in high school football in the state of Kentucky.
Don Gullett.
Don Gullett that pitched for the Reds, pitched for the New York Yankees, won World Series. He played for the old McKell High School, which would now be part of Greenup County High School. And he holds the state record for points scored in a high school football game, like 69 points.
69.
And played at Morgan County, Don did, for McKell when they played the Devils, Blue Devils.
Is that Keaton again? He gets the handoff and looks like he had a bigger hole than that, but he gets taken down. Nice open field tackle there by the Eagle linebacker to come up and make that play to make that a minimal gain, which could have been bigger.
Yeah, good run, good first down up the middle. But like you were saying, it looked like he had some room. But give Fairview the credit. The player made a good open field tackle, Chris, and that's football.
For the Cougars to get back in this one, they're going to have a big play. Somebody has to step up and make a big play. Who's that going to be? Time's ticking away. 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes to go in this one. 26-14. Fairview leads it. Fleming in the pistol. And that looks to be on Morgan County again. And the penalties are starting to rack up here lately for Morgan County, Perry.
Yeah, Morgan County's not out of this game. You might think at 26-14 that they would be, but you're talking 2 scores, and we're right back there, and that can happen. We're explosive enough. My question now is, can we stop Fairview? Worried about that before the game with their speed, and we've aided them with some turnovers, which we I think we could afford 1 turnover this game, but I don't know if we can afford what we've had. And then the penalties, Chris, as you said, are taking their toll too. Nobody wants to be in 2nd and 15s and 2nd and 12s as we are now.
Cougars need an explosive here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 12. Fleming gives it off, and there it is. There is Keaton. He scoots up. He's at 45-50. He's broke a tackle across midfield.
One heck of a run, Chris.
Heck of a run by Keaton. He's having a big night.
One heck of a run there. That boy, as I've said before, he's a sophomore. He had a hole, and he took advantage of it, okay? There's been a lot of holes made for a lot of football players over a lifetime. Some people hit them, some people don't. Keaton hits the hole. Keevan Keaton, number 7, a sophomore, hits the hole and then accelerates.
Absolutely. Great hole there provided by the offensive line, but the offensive line's making it happen. He's being explosive through it. Cougars got it 1st and 10. They're going to give it back to him again. He goes up the middle. Good open field tackle, but not before Keaton again takes it down for about 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah,
they're finding some chunk plays here, Perry.
Same type play. I look for, as Keevan grows, develops, and I say grows physically, but more so mentally as a football player. He'll make some cuts that he's not making today. When he watches this film with Coach Easterling and he sees the film, he'll see some things. Okay, I'm always looking to go outside when I break through. Look to go back across the grain a little, and he'll get there. We're looking at a heck of a football player.
2nd and 4 from the Fairview 36, and he is absolutely rocked by Fairview. That is 54.
That's Stacy, Jaden Stacy.
Wow.
Jaden
Stacy, 64. Absolutely meets the Cougar right there. Boom, he goes down. Big stop defensively to force a 3rd and 5 now. Just a great tackle.
Yeah, Randy Reisner would have made that block. Randy was a big guy, played guard for Morgan County Cougars, and quite the offensive lineman and defensive lineman too. Just had a missed block, and again that happens. But we've got 2 downs here to get 6 yards.
Fleming again. He gives it off, kicks it back out, and he can make a man miss. He's got it. He's got the 1st down and more. He's inside the 30-yard line. Keaton again, Perry.
Chris, how many yards do you think he's got tonight? I know we're unofficial on this, but he's over 100 tonight.
Unofficially, he's around 139, 140 yards.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and look again, but he's well over 100 tonight. This will be the 2nd straight game Keaton has been over 100 yards rushing, and he's really explosive when he gets the football.
He's only going to get better, isn't he, Chris?
Only going to get better, like you said, sophomore.
Stronger, better. He's fun to watch.
Let's see if Fairview adjusts.
He's taking a break. He's on the sidelines here for a second, but I can guarantee you, if you don't see him over here, you won't see him over here long.
There's the pitch out to Connor Fleming. He's got an alley.
Good wide receiver block.
The 20, the 15. He is tackled inside the 10-yard line of Fairview. That was Connor Fleming. He's kind of tiptoeing there, and another big chunk play. The Cougars looking and threatening once again inside the 10-yard line of Fairview.
It was great there to to see Cooper Fleming go to the wide receiver that made the block again. Quarterback Cooper Fleming went down, tracked the wide receiver down, and hugged him, and knew that he helped create that play. The wideout got the extra 10, 12 yards there for the running back.
Absolutely. That's so important. People don't realize to be able to block downfield on a run. And we saw that earlier as Morgan County in the first half was able. We talked about the receiver being able to stop block downfield, and right there to springboard that extra 10 yards.
Jerry Claiborne, coaching at Kentucky, for right or wrong, he never wanted a receiver that wouldn't block. Now, again, a lot of receivers aren't big on the blocking end. They want to catch passes. But Jerry Claiborne made sure they could block for George Adams and Mark Higgs and Mark Logan. All three went on to play professional football from the University of Kentucky.
Number 22, Mark Higgs, another good 22 that played for Morgan County back in the early 80s, Daryl Burks.
Daryl went on to play college football. You know, Daryl went on to play at, I believe it was
Union College, yeah.
He was down there, I think, the year before Mike Cantrell, wide receiver, ended up going to Union also. So
Tough
both
kid.
those kids there in the early 80s played receiver along with Steve McKenzie and Kevin Collins and Timmy Franklin and that group at that time. A lot of guys there with hands and feet.
Did we got a Steve McKenzie reference here?
You know,
how about that?
And he deserves it. You wasn't going to give it to him.
I wasn't going to give Steve McKenzie.
You know,
reference
but I saw Steve play.
Yeah.
You know, I'm old enough to see him play.
Tremendous athlete. Not only that, tremendous friend.
Well, I wouldn't get into tremendous athlete now, Steve.
Well,
I mean,
there's the pitch.
Pitch it.
Fleming's got it. He's going to be stood up inside the 6, maybe.
I'd like to see him pitch the ball there. I think he had the pitch man that probably could have scored. But again, I'm looking at it from up above, and I've got a whole lot better view of it than he does when he's carrying the ball and trying to dodge defenders and all of that. I've been in his shoes, and he doesn't see everything that I'm able to see from up here.
I think one thing that's going to happen, though, when we do this game again, is that we're going to open these windows up.
Yeah.
The Cougars got it.
There we go, Chris.
That's going to be a touchdown, Morgan County. Keeping. What a way to cap it off there. The guy that got you there, you're going to give it to him, number 7. Keegan's had a big night. He gets us back to a one-possession game with a 5-yard touchdown run with just under 7 minutes to play. Fairview leads it 26-20. The all-important 2-point conversion.
And Chris, now not only do we have the fire truck lights going, we also have the emergency services vehicle lights going. So Caney Creek is lit up tonight, and you see the reflection off the water. Reflection coming off the Caney Creek after that touchdown.
He's going to give it to pitch it out. He's going to be open. He's going to get in there, I believe. And there's a flag. As soon as he crossed the goal line for Morgan County in a 2-point conversion, the side judge here throws a flag. This will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that could have been at that point.
Unless a receiver was covered up and you maybe have had an ineligible receiver.
Well, he waited a long time to call it.
He sure did.
You call those generally. I don't know any. I think that's against Fairview. I don't know what it would be, to be honest.
It's interesting here. I don't really see a reaction. The officials are talking it over here. And White Hat's got it.
Ah, boy.
Not for sure. With his mechanics as a referee, I didn't really catch and see what he called.
I don't either.
Still not sure. He really's not made a motion, really, did he, to the press box, unless I missed it. But like I said, that's why I thought it might have been, but I didn't see. At any rate, it's 26-20. We've tightened this one back up. 6 minutes, 59 seconds left to play. And with the penalty, obviously, they're going to redo this, back him up.
Just interesting, though, that he calls it. I mean, he had crossed the goal line. It wasn't like he was 2 yards out or even with the goal line. He had crossed it. But here we go.
Here we go.
Got to score 2 points or you're down 6, which definitely isn't out of the world. But these 2 would sure help.
Cougars do have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. Fairview with 2, but a big 2-point conversion here for Morgan County.
Got 4 wide receivers out, a couple of slots and 2 wides, and he hands it off up the middle to Keevan.
Oh, he's going to scoop. He's going to get in there. That's second effort by Keevan Keaton. He would not be denied, my man.
Good job of Coach Easterling there. He spread it out. So he took the Fairview defenders. He took 5 defenders outside the box. My brother Hank texted me a minute ago, and he said, you can't keep running that counter because of how they had them jammed in, and he's so right there and Coach obviously Easterling recognized it very much and spread it out, got the people out of the box and handed it to Keaton. And what's Keaton going to do when he gets the ball?
Some good adjustments, I think, by Morgan County and their coaching staff. They've made some good adjustments here in the second half. They found some things that worked, especially with Keaton. Offensive line, you got to give them a lot of credit, too, up front, being able to create some holes, and he's hitting those holes really hard. Now the key is you got to go down. You got to make a stop. If you're Morgan County, if you're Fairview, you got to say, hey, what got us here? We got to eat the clock and try to go down and score as well.
Yeah. Got my wife back home, Robin, watching the game on SpreeTV, and daughters and son-in-laws and 3 grandkids.
So you've really
Cameron
and the viewership tonight with the
Cameron
family,
and
right?
Kingston and Margot. Got a picture of Margot a minute ago eating supper, and they had it on the big screen TV at home. So viewership is up. I'm trying to bring some stuff to the table. Jonathan and Chris, I'm trying to bring the viewership up. Got Rocky Blanton out in California watching the game tonight. Rocky was a tailback for the Cougars when I played. John Payne, a friend down in Chelsea, Alabama, from Moorhead originally, a Viking, which, so be it, I guess. But a good guy, good family, good career down there watching, and several people out across the country. I want to tell the story about a friend of Hank's, Phil Singer, and his family and their involvement with Cougar football when we get a minute.
6 minutes, 59 seconds left to play. It's a tight one here in West Liberty, 26-22. Fairview leads it. They have the football at their own 35. Good's going to hand it off. And
good game.
Yep.
Good hard run by Fairview.
Good hard run right there. Probably, I'm not sure on the number.
Yeah. Big 58, Elijah Stewart really opened the hole, and he led
Jace Murray.
He opened it up, and I'll tell you what, the running back just got in behind him and stayed right on his tail.
Hey, good footwork by this freshman quarterback for Fairview, Hunter Good, to step right in and showing a lot of poise here on the road in Morgan County. Fairview in that wishbone, got the ball at their own 41. 6:20 left to play.
Yeah, going to be a third and a foot.
And for Fairview, you like this. You want to be third and short and not get the first down there because you kind of feel like you're going to control and get the first down, but you're going to eat more of the clock by being just short.
Yeah, there's a good chance. Morgan County's got to hold them, but they'll only get the ball back probably one time, Chris. Good chance that'll happen. Well, hopefully that'll happen, get the ball back. And Fairview could eat it up. The way they're going, Polo's going to have to move people in, and when you do that, you're susceptible to big plays then. But, it gets down to the 4-minute mark. You got to stop Fairview.
5:37 to go. Good under center. He's going to keep it himself to get the first down, and he's got it. They're going to drag him forward. That should be a first down Fairview.
Yeah. Opportunity there to call a hold on number 65 against Fairview. A very visible hold. But Fairview hadn't had many penalties tonight. Maybe they've played clean football. Usually you get more breaks than that on the home field.
Cougars had that spurt there where we had the football inside the 20 in the red zone a few times, had some penalties, but still somehow, some way, Cougars have fought. They've got this thing to a 26-22, looking for a big stand here defensively. Fairview again in the wishbone here, good under center. 5 minutes left to play. And that may be
good
on
stop.
Fairview, yeah.
Got Jeff Miller down in Florida, defensive lineman for the Cougars back in the 70s. Heck of a football player. If Jeff would have been 6'2", he'd have played wherever he wanted to play across the country. He was all heart team, but he wasn't just hard. He had talent, and he was good too. But Jeff, glad you're listening down in Jacksonville, and hope you're doing well.
4:55 left to play in the game. Fairview has the football at their own 41-yard line. They lead it 26-22.
Military night here tonight, Chris, and that was great.
That was fantastic.
Think of Jeff Miller in the Navy and Rusty Lind in the Army, and so many veterans out there played football for the Cougars.
Good's going to give it off.
Good stop.
Good stop by the defensive line of Morgan County. They got a good stand up.
Blow the whistle.
Back. Yeah,
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock.
Well, somebody, we may have thought we had the football or not. We don't.
Yeah.
But that eats the clock, and it's going to be interesting. You don't want to burn a timeout just yet. You still got time.
Well, we got a 3rd and 15.
Should be 3rd and long. Cougars going to be on the road next week at Pineville, and then come back in 2 weeks for the Sorghum Bowl against Louisville Iroquois here on September the 26th.
Pineville has a rich tradition. They haven't been the best off and on for several years, but they used to be a single-A power back in the day. Middlesboro there and Bell County there, a lot of good football down that country.
Got 2nd down here on the clock. 2nd and 14 is what it's reading, 42-yard line for Fairview. He's
another good stop.
Tackle. Good stop there by the Cougars.
Lost the yard, I think, Chris, on that.
Sure did.
About 5 Cougars in on it. Maybe you can pick one.
Alex Lee, I'm not for sure.
Hard to tell for us. We apologize for that.
You got to think the leading tackler for the Cougars is Alex Lee. He's going to stick his nose in there. He's a tough kid, and he's going to be at the point of impact as much as possible. Come into this game with 43 tackles on the season.
I think he's number 2 in the area, Chris, in total tackles, correct?
Correct. He's 2
in the area.
43, yeah.
And I say the area, that's the old, what we referred to as the Ashland Daily Independent All-Area team, which Mike Fife that I graduated with, and Mike was offensive, defensive tackle, and Mike was all-area his senior year. Mike came out for football a little reluctantly. My dad encouraged him. Mike said sometimes it wasn't encouragement, but Mike is so happy that Pappy Allen got him to play, and Mike turned into all-area offensive lineman. Similar to Linville Martin. Linville Martin, a great lineman, went on to play at Morehead State University. Offensive tackle, and Linville and Dad were very close.
All right, Perry, here we are, 3rd and 15 for Fairview, 3.5 minutes to play, 26-22. Fairview leads it by 4. Good, gives it the last back through, and he is stuck. He wiggles away, and he is going to be met by another host of Cougars.
Yeah, it's a good hard run by that kid. I mean, we hit him well the first hit, and he bounced off, but more Cougars were there. But give the kid credit and give our defense credit. Defense done exactly what they had to do. 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go, and we've got the ball. So, I mean, again, it's most likely, Chris, the last time we'll have the ball.
And we'll stay right here. Let's revisit this. 4th down. The snap from the center back to the punter has been hot all night. It's been an issue. Can the Cougars get a break here? Get a little good punt rush? Maybe take their chances. I don't know. You don't want to rush rough the kicker. But
I think if I'm Mark, I don't rush the kicker. I don't try to block it.
Get the football back.
I let my offense do their thing, and maybe encourage the return man not to let the ball roll. If you've got some room, pick it up. Just do the clock and do the lost yardage.
Yeah.
You were losing some yards on the non-fielding the punts, but I get it. In high school football, you don't want to fumble a punt. But hopefully he'll pick this one up and not let it roll as far. But I would not try to block the kick.
Another high snap, but he catches it, left-footed kick. And that ball is going to bounce.
Sorry.
And gets a great roll. Though it's the hidden yardage that we talk about there.
Not just the hidden yardage, but time off the clock.
Time off the clock.
Probably 5 seconds there. It was probably a 20-yard punt in the air and another 20 yards on the ground. And where does it roll to? The 5-yard line. And now we've got 95 yards to go. Where if he would have at least just fell on the ball where it hit,
you say 20 yards.
We'd started out the 20, 25, 30-yard line.
Yeah.
But that's not where we're at. So now we know what we got to do. We got 3 minutes, 11 seconds to score a touchdown. And if we do that, we most likely win this football game. If we don't, we played a hard-fought game, but it's an L.
That's right. Morgan County takes over deep in their own territory. They've got to go 95 yards to try to win this one. And that is Keaton up the middle. He's not going to get much at all. So we'll see what Fairview does. You know Fairview's thinking, hey, we've got to stop number 7. Well over 100 yards tonight for Kevin, and he's going to have to shake one loose to get the Cougars out of this jam. Morgan County only has 1 timeout left, 2 minutes and 48 seconds. The clock is rolling. Cougars are down 26-22. They're at their own 4-yard line. Need a big play here for the Cougars. Fleming in the pistol. Makes a man miss. Kevin gets out, and he is nice open field tackle there by Fairview's. That might have been Deshaun Whitfield or Monty Burnside. I wasn't sure if it was 6 or 7. Made a great open field tackle.
He did. Kevin thought, as did I, that he had some room there, and good open field tackle. That's all it was. Good football play. The defense. And that's what they're supposed to do, and that's what they did. So we got 2 downs now to get 10 yards, and we also got 2 minutes to go 95 yards.
Not much there. 3rd and long up the middle there. Kevin Keaton, and now this is pretty much the football game. If you're thinking Morgan County, you got to get a first down. You've got to extend this possession, give yourself a chance.
Yeah, we've only got 1 timeout left. You can't punt. You can't punt, and you better go ahead and get the play in because the clock's running. It'd be a good time to go away from having the quarterback come over and get the play. It'd be a good time to signal it out or have another player go in and play a wide out position or running back position or offensive guard position to get the play in and save some time on the clock versus running the quarterback over each time.
And then you get that much time off the clock and then a timeout. I think Fairview takes this one, or I believe.
Yep.
And but what you allow there is 30, 40 seconds goes off the clock.
Yep, sure do. So we're down to minute 14. 6 yards to go for a first down, which is the paramount thing. The other 90 yards aren't of importance right now. You got to get the first down, or the others don't matter.
Right.
So, I want to give a shout out to Gary Holbrook, Big Cheese, as he was known back in the day. Big Cheese, one of the best athletes to ever play at Morgan County. Football, basketball, track, probably baseball. I'm not aware for sure of that. But he stepped in to help coach my senior year when the prior coach, John Reed, left to go to Fairview about 3 or 4 weeks before the opening game, which makes this game mean a whole lot more to me. Gary stepped in and became the head coach on a short notice, and I always appreciated him doing that. We went up and played Fairview, and it was quite a dogfight. We got beat 3-0 in overtime, Chris.
Here it is, probably the play of the game. Minute 14 to go, 4th down.
He's got it. He's got a hold.
He's got the first down.
Get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds, and he does not get out of bounds, but the first down the clock does stop in high school to remove the get the change.
Quite a play.
What a play.
Want to give Mark credit on that play. Kind of a reverse play, and the big lineman got out there. You folks at home saw the offensive tackle that pulled and led the way. Quite a play. Down to 55 seconds to go in the game. Crucial play for
the Cougars. They've got a fighting chance. Under a minute to go. They're going to. No, he's going to keep it. There's flags on the play. He's got room. Fleming up. There's going to be a flag. Clock will stop.
Better call you timeout.
Yeah. Well, they've got a flag down the backfield. That's either a procedure or holding. Legal shift on Morgan County, very likely.
I presume it's going to go against Morgan County, but we're going to wait and see as the head official.
I think we're getting up near the 8 or 9 flags, Chris, tonight, and it's hard to win against a team that's just as good as you are when you're out penalized. You out penalize them 2-1.
Not a time to be behind the chains when you're a running offense. 48 seconds, you're down 4. You've got to have an explosive here. Got to have a little bit of luck, maybe a missed tackle or a blown assignment.
They need to get up there and get going. Need to get up and get going. The play clock has started, so down to 40 seconds now, and we got 80 yards to go.
Cougars have it at their own 20-yard line. Fleming's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to throw it deep down, and
it's all right. I'm okay with him throwing that ball.
Because you may get a pass interference.
You got 30 seconds to go, and you had 2 receivers down there, and your receivers, if they can't catch it, they need to turn into defenders then and make sure the Fairview doesn't intercept it. And just the incompletion. Clock stops, 29 seconds, and you get to do it again.
Maybe on 2nd and 15 here, you also run your guys on some 9 routes, get them down the field. Maybe Cooper can get it and get about 15 or 20 yards just to make it manageable to have a shot to put something in the end zone. But you've got to get this football closer to midfield.
Ground the ball after you get lined up and ground the ball and save that timeout till your last play. But you got to make sure there is a last play.
29 seconds left to play. Fairview 26, Morgan County 22. It's 2nd and 15. Cougars got a long ways to go. They got 80 yards to win it. Fleming looks. He gives it the backfield. It may be a halfback pass. No, he's going to keep it, and he's going to get
out of bounds anyway.
24 seconds. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Slow developing play for Morgan County. You kind of thought that was going to be a halfback pass.
Yeah. I don't think that Fairview isn't going to be playing up very tight, so they're not going to go for too much of a fake.
And they're trying to keep everything inside the boundary here too.
I think I'd just stick with my traditional quarterback, making his plays and doing that. So we got 24 seconds to go and 80 yards. Will the Cougars pull it out here?
Fleming, I've got a little end around here. He's got some
get out of bounds.
Out ahead of him. He's got to get out of bounds. He cuts it upfield, and he does make it. He stops the clock barely. And we're lucky we didn't get a flag down here at the end of the play. But Morgan County's got a chance. A good game there for Connie Fleming. There's life for the Cougars. 15
Still some life. 65 yards to go and probably 2 plays to go.
4th down.
We got a timeout. Yeah, and you really, if you just go to get the first down here, you got to use your timeout. And then you're down to at the most 2 plays after that. So
maybe time for 2 plays here. Cooper Fleming, the quarterback. He's going to pitch it into around here to the right side.
Get out of bounds.
You better get out of bounds. And he does not get out of bounds. Timeout, Morgan County. Now, from here on out, you got time for maybe 1 play out of bounds, and then you've got to scramble, maybe a little lateral, a pitch. You don't really have the arm strength to get that thing 60 yards into the end zone or the time to do it. So they're going to have some trickery if they're going to win this one.
Yeah, probably 1st and 55, and that's maybe the only down you have, like you said, Chris, unless you run a short out, a 5-yard out. But I honestly, this is high school football. This is AA high school football. It's competitive as it gets, but being able to manage a clock, is a tough thing to do. I'm not sure that I don't consider this being my last play when I run this, and if it ends up getting another one, so be it. But it's been a heck of a ball game, Chris. Heck of a ball game, and Cougars, I will say, they never quit. There wasn't no quit. They just made some mistakes, made an interception or 2, fumble or 2, and that happens in football, and had some penalties, but there hadn't been any quit.
Cougars have played really hard. I think both the offensive and defensive line, they've played really well. They've had their chances, and here it comes to this. 26-22, 8 seconds to go. Maybe the last play of this football game. Morgan County has it at the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. Fleming looking back, looking. He's got a swing pass over here, and that's incomplete. And luckily, there's a forward pass. 4 seconds, and this is likely the last play of the football game.
Yep. Yeah, let's run the play out here of the flat, and I would think that Coach Easterling, told the kid he had a couple linemen in front of him, and if he had the room, stretch it and go with it. If he didn't, get his butt out of bounds, and end up being an incomplete pass and little rush throw by Cooper Fleming, and Cooper Fleming's going to get better too. He's going to get better too. He's had a little limp tonight, but this is a good game for the Cougars. This is a good learning game for the Cougars, no matter if we don't pull it out.
Well, here we are, 4 seconds to go, 26-22, last play of the football game. Morgan County's got to go 55 yards to win it. He's going to pitch it out here, and it's going to be a hook and ladder. And he is stuck at midfield. He coughs it up. Fairview's got it, and that will be the end of the football game. Fairview is going to come out of West Liberty with a win, 26-22 over Morgan County. Just a great football game tonight, and Morgan County fought hard, gave themselves a chance here in the end, but just couldn't get the field possession where they wanted to when they needed it.
No, too far away. Too far away, and done all they could do. Try to play there that was partially successful. And didn't make it the rest of the way. The kids are now shaking hands at midfield. Coaches, cheerleaders, the works, and Fairview deserved this win tonight. Cougars could have had the win tonight, but Fairview played a little cleaner game tonight, Chris, than we did. But I really like the way the Cougars play.
Absolutely.
The Cougars play hard. There's no quit. So I'm buying on the Cougars. Okay, I'm buying on the Cougars. They were favored in the game, but it was a tight spread.
Fairview did what they had to do, made some big plays when they had to have it, and we think the turning point of this football game was the pick six right before the half. Really shifted the momentum, got the Cougars down 2 scores, but we fought hard. We saw a lot of great things from this Cougar football team on both sides of the football. Came away very impressed. It just comes down to really one play or two of the football game.
Yeah,
but,
offensive line, defensive line, look strong. They both look strong. Running backs look strong. There's a lot of play out here. I like the quarterback. I love number 7, Keaton kid. This team's not afraid to hit. They're not afraid to block. They're not afraid to tackle.
Right.
And football's still about blocking and tackling, and they're not afraid to do that. Just shaking hands with Rick the Rock Barker as he exits the box up here, and he was honored tonight for his 50 years of contributions to Morgan County football. So thanks, Rick.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up pretty quick. We'll hear from our sponsors and put a cap on tonight. Our first ever call of Morgan County football on SpreeTV and also on 102.9. It's been a lot of fun. We'll come back in 2 minutes and we'll wrap this one up. You've been watching Cougar football on SpreeTV.
Hi, this is John Ison. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Ison Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try, and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations: West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Chris Trusty back here post-game with Perry Allen, and the Cougars come up on the short end of the stick tonight, losing it 26-22 to the Fairview Eagles. 2 teams, both 2-1 coming in, looking for something to prove. It's been a battle the whole series. 20 games they've played since 1970. The Eagles made the plays when they had to, made the big play before the half. Cougars gave themselves a shot here in the second half. But Perry, it's been a lot of fun, but I saw a lot of great things from Morgan County tonight.
Me too, Chris. It has been enjoyable. I was nervous like I was playing a high school game again at 16, 17 years old coming into this. I was excited and nervous and that, but I enjoyed this and appreciate you and SpreeTV and Jonathan for making this easy. We talked with Mark before the game, and things we talked about in our keys. Chris, were no more than 1 turnover for the Cougs, and making the safe throws because Cooper can scramble to get yardage when the throw isn't there, and and we need Fairview to have a couple of turnovers so that they don't have the ball and we get a couple more possessions. We were limited in the first half in possessions a little, limited in the second half a little. And those are things that, Morgan County's got to work on, Cougars got to work on, keeping long drives for the Cougars to keep our defense off the field, and more so to keep Fairview from being on the field and having as many possessions. And we moved the ball the first half inside the 20. As I mentioned earlier, too many times that we didn't walk away with 6 points or 8. And all it would have took, at the end of the day was 5.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Perry. Your analysis has been spot on the whole game. I've gotten text messages talking, man, you did such a great job tonight on the color and bringing up so many things. And that's what we want to do, is let the viewers watching and the people listening hear about this past history of Morgan County football, the traditions, the great teams, the great players. And you know what? How excited with Coach Easterling before the game talking about that youth program, what it's done. You look at the 60 kids out. Him, Walker Crace, what he's been able to do to help reinvigorate the youth football and also at the middle school level. He's so excited. And when you start having those local people getting that excited again about Cougar football, you're starting to see that transition once again back to some great football being played here at Morgan County.
Amen, Chris. You talk about Walker and, being a football player, Cougar himself, and then having the Giovanni's, that's a football theme, sports theme, restaurant. And again, football is an important sport. It's an important sport for a community. And I mentioned earlier, it brings a county together from being a county to being a community. And that's what this sport does. Friday nights across the country, are big, and it's still big here at Morgan County. I was so pleased with the crowd here tonight. Just a beautiful atmosphere here, again on the banks of the Caney Creek, and
I love that.
And such a beautiful field and a great crowd and Mountain Telephone. Doing this for the kids and for the people of Morgan County and surrounding counties. Football's been big in my life, and it's been big in your life. Sports have been big in our lives, but football teaches you a whole lot. Archie Griffin said, and not that he was the only one, but he said football teaches you how, when you get knocked down, how to get up. And
Absolutely.
Football teaches you how to get up in life. And these kids here tonight, Mark's got them out the center of the field right now, and they're all in a huddle as tight as they could be. Coaches, players, all, and they'll bounce back. And they've got Pineville next week, and Pineville will come at them hard. But I don't have any question that Morgan County will respond next week, Chris.
Absolutely. Been a great night, been a fun night. Unfortunately, the Cougars lose it. Fairview's going to win this one 26-22 over Morgan County. I'd like to thank our sponsors tonight once again: Appalachian Wireless, Bank of the Mountains, Commercial Bank, Ison's Insurance Agency, and all the people in the production crew. Frankie Spencer here does a fabulous job also on the PA. The Fairview radio guys over here, first class. You guys, they've been wonderful. Larry Lewis with the tacos he brought up here. I mean, it's just been a first-class event. And for me and you to do this for the first time in our lives, to do a production like this, has been a lot of fun, and we hope to do it again. So for those sponsors, and also executive producer Jonathan Keaton, and also on the cameras we had Adam Mann and Tim Mays. It's been an absolute, it was a great night for football, but Fairview's going to come away with a winner 26-22. And until next time, Perry, Jonathan, and everybody watching at home or listening on the radio, I've been Chris Trusty, and you've been watching Cougar football on SpreeTV and our SpreeTV YouTube channel. So long, everybody.